throws, corner of the end zone, touchdown, Parker. Picked off by Xavier Howard. Tagovailoa trying to make up for it, fires to the end zone, touchdown! That's hard work.
What is good, Fin Nation? What is good? I am joined by the most judgmental men on the Twitter sphere. Jeremy Klump is back, and as always, the god of the mod squad, RhinosYth, is here too. How you doing, boys? Besides my poor Joy.
You clown.
It's wrong. It's really wrong.
Bro, hey. Don't go there because I had the best clown tweet ever yesterday, all right?
I know. Is that to me? To me?
Yeah.
The shoes. Dude. My response wasn't bad, though. I admit that was
yeah.
the
clown
that
card.
Was a good one. Hell yeah.
So what's going on, boys? How you guys doing today? I know me and Klump are dealing with target practice on racists and bigots out here on Twitter, bro. But how you guys doing?
It's been a day, man. Yeah, we've been working the phones with each other today.
Yeah,
it's been an interesting day, but here we are having a little fun.
Man-to-man coverage, the lost episode.
Yo, so I let my wife listen to it, and I said to her, just so you know, literally, you're like the only person who got to listen to this. No one will ever get to listen to it again. It's the lost episode, but we got some things in the work, and we'll be back, baby. James, shout out to Smart Guy. We'll be back, baby.
Back like they never left or never arrived in the first time.
I worked for the Brawl Network for less than 24 hours. I think that's a world record. That was a lot of fun.
Smart Guy's a natural, bro. Smart Guy's a natural.
Smart Guy's great, man. We actually, I'm telling you, our man-to-man coverage is going to be fun, but we'll have to wait and figure out where we're going next. So we'll figure it out. You
got to get that release off the line of scrimmage first, bro. So, guys, tomorrow I'll be having an announcement because if you didn't know, the Brawl Network is basically burning in a pit of its own ashes right now. The coals are still hot. So I will be making an announcement on Twitter tomorrow where the finish line will be found, and our episodes will start dropping on Fridays. So just pay attention to Twitter tomorrow if you follow me, and we'll let you know. And then hopefully Klump and Smart Guy will be coming along with me. So we'll see.
That'd be crazy.
Whoa.
Well, I told Smart Guy I feel like I have it's like my duty to make sure that thing succeeds. So anyways,
I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no problem. And then another thing is Dern confirmed. So on April 29th, guys, I'll be starting around 7:30, but the guys can flood in around 8 o'clock when the draft's about to start. Draft night will be live on Phinside the NFL, and it ain't going to get better than what it is here. I'll be joined by the man to my left right now.
Yeah, you're left.
Let me get that thumb right. Jeremy Klump, and also Kevin Dern from Dolphins Talk will be here. Mr. Ballgame will be here. I'm drawing a blank right now on the other.
Damien.
Damien will be here. Ryan Roberts from Rise and Draft, he'll be here. So the coverage ain't going to get better than what we're going to have here, and I think we're all going to be sipping on a little something too. So it'll get live, especially if that Pitts or Panay pick comes in at 6.
Whew.
So
little Gator action.
Prepare for potential nudity on either one of mine or Klump's parts.
I'm gonna be. I'm not lying. I'm gonna be uncontrollable if Pitts is the pick. It's gonna be.
I feel bad for the shirt you're wearing. You're gonna go Hulk Hogan on that thing.
That would be dope. I have a special. Little shirt I'm gonna be wearing for draft night. You know what it is, but not a lot of people do.
I want you to basically paint the word Pitts on your chest, so when you pull it over, it just said Pitts. Eh?
That would be pretty incredible.
So we'll be reacting as the picks come in, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, all right. If people are saying we'll be disappointed if it's going to be Devontae Smith, not really. You just won't get as big of a reaction. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's gonna be business as usual. We all like Devontae Smith. I mean, there's really only one person who doesn't want Devontae Smith. So, I mean, and he will be watching the draft from the confines of his own home. So, yeah, we're fine with Devontae Smith. I mean, how could you be mad about getting the best route runner in the draft? How could you be mad at a guy who's got elite twitch and body control who's coming off winning a Heisman? You'd have to be crazy to be disappointed by that. So, and
even if you got Chase, you'd be happy with that. I mean,
yeah, I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't go as far as saying happy. I'd be okay with it.
I think we finally come around to the idea that if it happens, we're not going to be mad, but we're not going to be happy. It's just going to be like, okay, it
in
is
betweeny.
Yeah.
Right.
They better get 18 right. Let's just say that much. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So let's start off. Let's talk about Najee Harris, who a lot of us think we're going to take at 18, or a lot of people are hoping we're going to take at 18, because I don't know if you saw Daniel Jeremiah's draft mock today, but he didn't even have one single running back going in the first round. He had us taking Gregory Rousseau at 18. Jeremiah, if that happens, buddy, I will commit suicide live on air.
No.
That's a waste of a pick. That is a legit waste of a pick, man.
Yeah.
So Joe Shad put out an article, and he basically said, this is about Najee Harris. So he goes on and he says, he talks about how charming Najee was, revealing and delightful. He says, Harris, a running back from Alabama, who the Dolphins will surely consider with the 18th pick in the next draft, was speaking of his admiration for Barry Sanders, Adrian Peterson, and Saquon Barkley. He was also playfully pushing back on criticisms from the scouting reports of Mel Kiper and Todd McShay. Harris said that in no way is the subject of Crimson Tide wear and tear. So he disagrees that he has a lot of mileage on his body. Which, I mean, he does have a lot of mileage. However he wants to kind of spin that. But it goes a little deeper here. It talks here when it talks about how he enjoyed his conversations with the Miami Dolphins, but there's some little key tidbits. Let me just bring this up here. And obviously Saban has just been absolutely pushing for how well he's looked and stuff like that. So let me just find it here. I think I went over it. He talked about, if you go back to the podcast, basically what he had talked about is how he's really enjoyed his conversations with the Miami Dolphins. But the one thing is that he said is that Harris was talking about some enjoyable Zoom conversations he's had with teams leading up to the draft. Harris mentioned the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Buffalo Bills, and the Miami Dolphins. Now, I've been saying for quite some time now, and Rhino can attest to this, that I think the Steelers are a perfect fit because he's their prototype. I've been saying I think if he slips to the Bills or Javonte Williams is there, the Bills will take another running back, because if you listen to what McDermott said at the end of the season there, he talked about how, they're not satisfied with the running back room. So you got right now, I got to pose this question to you, and I'll start with you, Klump, and then we'll go to Rhino. Listen, if they want Najee Harris, is this a matter of they have to take him at 18? He won't be there.
I mean, that's tough to decide. Obviously, the NFL draft is pretty crazy, and anything can happen. But I think one thing that's pretty interesting about the draft, and that we kind of got to touch on, I've touched on it on one of my articles before about why the Dolphins shouldn't draft Harris at 18, and especially now that picks 1 through 4 are likely going to be quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So that right there already eliminates 4 picks before 18. So technically, pick 18 turns into pick 14, in my opinion, because those 4 quarterbacks mean nothing to the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. So you're telling me that at pick 14, the Miami Dolphins should take Najee Harris. I can't.
18?
No, but it would be technically pick 14 because the 4 quarterbacks will be gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that'll be the 14th best non-quarterback in the draft. There's no shot I'm taking the running back at pick 14 at their pick 18. There's no shot. I understand that he might be gone, but I think I'm okay with taking the risk. I know you've said it a lot, and we've talked about it. Like Javonte Williams is pretty solid. Like I would be okay with him trying to get him at pick 36. And I think if the quarterbacks go 1, 2, 3, 4, you have a real shot of getting a starting running back in the second round. I don't think you need to reach at pick 18, especially with these quarterbacks going. I mean, there's going to be offensive linemen. Sewell could be on the board at pick 7. I mean, think about that. Like, there's going to be tackles dropping. People are going to be moving up for offensive linemen. The receivers are going to go fast. I can't get around to the idea of picking the running back that early. I understand that there's a shot he's going to be gone. The Bills, it makes sense for the Bills to take a running back because they're ready to win. They need that running back to complete their roster. I just don't think the Dolphins are there yet. They're not ready to win. So taking Harris that early, you're going to waste the 2021 season with him. The Dolphins aren't winning the Super Bowl. I've mentioned it many times. The Dolphins aren't winning the Super Bowl in 2021. So you're going to take a running back that has tons of wear and tear, pound the ball with him 1 year, that's not going to matter, and you're already getting in then year 2 in the NFL. I don't like it. I really just don't like it. So I'm not a fan of taking Harris at 18. I don't even care if he's gone at pick 36. I really don't. I think there's other running backs you can build your roster with. I'm not taking Harris at 18.
Let me ask you this before I get to Rhino. So you're okay with him going to a team like Buffalo?
I don't think I'd draft with the worry that Buffalo is going to get him because but the Buffalo Bills are the Buffalo Bills. They're good already. Najee Harris is obviously going to make them better. It's going to complete their roster. But the Dolphins are in this for the long haul, man. And if they take Najee Harris at 8 or what pick do they have? 20, what is it?
18, 36, and 50. Or
the Bills.
I think it's 20. What is it? 28?
Say it's 28. So the Bills take him at 28. It might hurt in a sense.
30?
It might hurt.
They have a 30. Yeah.
Sorry.
So it might hurt that the Bills got this running back and completed the roster, but the Dolphins again are not winning the Super Bowl next year. So that means that a better player is going to drop to them at 36 because a running back's going way, way sooner than he should, in my opinion. So I just think the Dolphins need to stick to the plan, draft the best player available, and if Najee Harris is gone, he's gone. There's going to be players that can fill the roster out later in the draft.
Yeah, I think Najee, Etienne, and Javonte will be gone by the time they come back around at 36.
You think all 3 running backs will be gone by 36? I
think Arizona's taking Etienne or a corner.
I can't see the 3
No
running
way
backs
they
going
walk
that
in
early.
with.
How many went last year? Only one went at pick 32 last year. I just don't see 3 running backs.
Yeah, but look at the year before. 3 went the year before.
Yeah. I'm just not sold on any of these guys as this elite running back prospect. I'm really not.
Well, look at the Arizona Cardinals. They can justify that at 16.
I guess
look,
they're going for it. They're going for it.
Who do the Steelers got right now? Anthony McFarland. They can justify that at what? Are they at pick 23?
The reason I don't see the Steelers taking a running back though is they're not ready to get a running back and go from there. I think that they're kind of in a rebuild mode. This will be Big Ben's last year. I'm telling you, I think
that's the thing. I don't think they're rebuilding. I don't think they're rebuilding this last year. They're going to swing for the fence 1 year and then be done with it.
Maybe you're right. Then I still, as the Dolphins just shouldn't do it. I wouldn't draft worrying about other teams taking him. I honestly, and I said this in my article, not to touch back on it again, but I said this in it. I would be okay with the teams taking running backs that early because it's only going to let a better player that's going to play longer for the franchise that drops to 36. It might stink that you're not going to get that starting running back, but you're going to get a better starter who will play longer for your team, in my opinion.
Well, the only reason that it's good to take Najee, and I've mentioned this before on the channel, is he's 23. So that 4-year and an option, you're done with him by he's 28. You franchise him if he's balling out for 1 year. He's 29, then you let him walk at 30, and have you really paid him even that much money? Yeah. That's the only reason I agree. It's good for taking a guy like that in the first round. So
I agree. I think 4 years is what you'll get from him. And if that's what the Dolphins want to do, that's fine. But like I said, year one of those 4 years is going to be nothing. The Dolphins aren't winning the Super Bowl, so you're going to have to hope in that 3-year window you're going to get. I mean, he's going to be good in the NFL. This isn't a knock on Najee Harris. A lot of people think I'm like a Najee Harris hater. I saw someone in the chat just say I'm a Florida fan. That has nothing to do with it. Trust me, I know Najee Harris is good. It has nothing to do with talent. It has everything to do with team building, in my opinion. I just think the Dolphins could build their team in a better way than taking a running back that early.
Also, Irving, Michael Carter is not Ricky Williams. That's the worst comparison I've ever seen in my life. Javonte Williams is closer to Ricky than Michael Carter is. Michael Carter is a souped-up version of Myles Gaskin. Rhino, let's get your thoughts on this whole process of, with teams like Bills and the Steelers, obviously clearly interested in them. What are your thoughts on? Should they basically have to, if again, this isn't about subjective wants here. Mm-hmm. This is about an objective outlook of if they want Najee Harris. If they want Najee Harris, are they going to have to take him at 18?
If that's the case, that they want him and they feel that highly, yeah, they will. Do I think that they think that? I'm not sure, because they basically have Gaskin, Ahmed, and they have Brown for short yardage and goal line situation. So they've set themselves up to be prepared for the season. Now, is it as good as Najee? Hell no. Is it as good as even Williams or Gainwell? No. But that's my question. Do they feel that getting possibly a Williams, Etienne, a Gainwell in the second or mid-second is going to be as good value to the team as getting Najee at 18? I tend to think they might want to get their running back later, but I don't know. I'm with Klump. I'm not in the box where I think we're winning a title this year. I don't think we're there.
Well, I hope no one thinks we're winning a title this year.
Well, a lot of people talk about it, man. I roll my eyes. If you could see my eyes are rolling when people say that. My goal is the playoffs. I don't care what position is, the 7th, the 6th, the 5th. I don't care. That's my goal. But I don't know. I tend to agree that taking running back in the first round, middle to top, is something you shouldn't do. It should only be in the late round and second. Is how I feel. But he is special. But I don't know if he's I'm like you, Reason. After you got me up on Williams, I watched him. That dude is special, man. He is so good. That guy has so much potential. And like I say all the time, I have a personal bias. I like my running back 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". I don't like them taller than that. And that's how I feel about that, And
the problem is, though, if we're seeing that, then you can guarantee other teams are seeing that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think Najee and Javonte and Etienne make it out of the first. I don't, right, man. Because look at how impressed all those teams were when Etienne showed up at 215, almost 15 pounds above his playing weight, and he ran like a low 4.4. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? People are just saying to themselves, oh, man, if I get him to shed off those 10 pounds and get back to what he was, the guy's going to be running in the 4.3s. And the thing is, my thing, too, is we need a specific running back. Okay, we need an RPO guy. And if you go look at what now, North Carolina didn't run a ton of RPO. They didn't do that. If you go look at, now I'm not saying Michael Carter and Javonte Williams can't, right? But like Etienne and Najee are more proven commodities with that. Like Trey Sermon, he ain't going to blow up the world from an RPO standpoint. You know what I mean? Like where I'm getting here. That's why I say, when you look at the running back 1 and 2, Najee and Javonte, tier 1, right? And then tier 2 for me is Gainwell and Etienne. But there's a drop off. Like it's tier 1 and then it's like tier 2. But then after tier 2, it's like a even more significant dip. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the center position this year. When you look at the center position, it's like Creed and Landon. Then it's like a drop-off to Quinn and Josh Myers. And then it's a drop-off the cliff to everyone else. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the problem with the running backs. It's not, how do I say it? It's not as deep. It's not as deep from 1 to 5, 1 to 6, like as tight-knit as it was last year. And here's another thing I'll bring up. We saw last year what happened, okay? I bring this up all the time. Knee-jerk reaction on signing Eric Flowers because they missed out on Tooney. He got franchise tag. They overpaid. All right. Knee-jerk reaction on Austin Jackson. They passed on Cesar Ruiz, who they thought was going to fall to them at 26. He didn't. And then they had to trade back, and they took Noah Igbenogany. The rest is history. But they knee-jerked on Austin Jackson because they tried to trade up for Wirfs, couldn't get it done, and saw the run on tackles happening. They got cocky. They got arrogant, thinking J.K. Dobbins was going to fall to 50. It didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this, and I'll start with you, Rhino. Is it possible that knee-jerk mentality comes in to this draft where we want to get our guy? We don't want what happened with J.K. Dobbins to happen all over again.
I can see it happening because the plan last year went south and it hurt the team. We do need that running back, and if they feel he's that good, I don't think it's that much of a reach to do it. If he's your guy, do it. Okay, I understand. If that's your concept, do it. I mean, but that's my whole question. Is that their actual?
Would you trade back up from 36?
Yes, that's the
20s
move.
And get Najee?
Yeah, that's the move. I think that's the move. Either to get Williams or Najee. And
y'all know I want like an edge at 18. I want my boy Ojolari. I want some or Quiddy Pay if he falls. You know what I mean? I think Jalen's I think Jalen Walton Phillips, who y'all know I ranked really highly, he's gonna fall because of the concussion issues.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like that's the problem. They might just have to be aggressive, nut up, and trade back into the first to go get their guy.
Yeah. That would be a great move.
What do you think, Klump?
I think one thing that, as you're talking, I understand your question more. I kind of like walked around your question and avoided it in a sense. What you're saying is if the Dolphins want him as their guy, should they pick him at 18? And if that's the concept, yes, I agree with you. They should take him at 18. And I think one thing that really sticks out in my mind, as you guys are just talking, you had Ben Albright on your show, and what did he say? The Dolphins don't care where they pick someone as long as they get their guy. And I think that's pretty evident. So if they're sold on Najee Harris and they say, we need this guy to complete our offense, then they're going to pick him at 18. It makes sense. And they're not going to risk losing him, like you said. They don't want to trade up. I don't see them trading up for him. If that's their mindset, I don't mind it. I'd rather them at least get 3 first-round picks instead of taking him just at 18. But like you said, the idea is if they want him, they have to take him at 18. I'd agree that he likely won't be there at 36.
Because what did Ben Albright also say, right? That the Denver Broncos are looking to trade back, and a player on their radar is Najee.
Yeah.
They really love him.
Yep.
So
crap.
I'm just sitting here and saying, like, people are really discounting the run on running backs that might happen, man. So
I'm one of them. I will be very surprised on draft night if 3 running backs go in the first round. I really will be.
Well, see, once you got to think of it. Once you get into the 20s, they're just glorified second-round picks, bro. That's all they really are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not if four quarterbacks go first. There's going to be talent on the board.
That's I'm telling you, 4 quarterbacks going first is going to change the draft, man.
We're joined by Damien Deese. Damien, yo, have you been listening, bro?
Yeah. I've been listening.
What are your thoughts on the whole situation?
All right, sorry about my avatar too. First of all, fins up, everybody. I'm in agreement with Klump. With the first 4 quarterbacks going off the board, and then a possibility Mac Jones still could go before that 18th pick. That's 5 picks, so you can push it down to 13. There's going to be too much talent on the board, and it gets back to my point because I pray to God we draft Kyle Pitts or at least Penei Sewell, and then I won't be mad with Devontae Smith. I'm not mad with Smitty. I just want Pitts, but we need a pass rusher. Because we need to organically be able to rush the passer. I reiterate that again. I know Flo takes the Belichick mentality that, I'm not really focused on getting this pass rushing end. You know, I usually use the D tackles to split out at the end of the Richard Seymour build. I love Christian Wilkins to death, but they ain't Richard Seymour. We need to get that. I want us to be able to get pressure without blitzing because I believe that our secondary could flourish even more in that position. I want a pass rusher. Reason knows and Rhino knows I want Quiddy. If not Quiddy, give me Joseph. Give me the boy from out of Georgia. Or I don't want to have to wait for 30. Yeah, Ojolari. I want Phillips. He's a first round talent, but the medical concerns me, and that probably might be too high for Boogie. So I just want a defensive player. God knows if Micah Parsons falls that far. I believe that we need the running game because I want that for Tua because I know that will help Tua out possibly tremendously. But I'm confident Tua with Kyle Pitts and the weapons we have, we'll be able to get by pretty well. I just want that pass rusher. I want us to be able to get pressure without always blitzing.
The zero man.
Yeah, God knows playing against Patty Mahomes and Josh Allen, who we have to get over that juggernaut, that can come back to burn us. And that's I agree with Klump on that. I just don't want to pass up that type of talent on a damn running back. And Najee's first round talent, or Travis, I just don't want to do that. I would feel more comfortable at 36 taking them, even though I know they won't be there.
Mm-hmm. And what's crazy
Can
is
I add something to what he just said quick? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I add something real quick? I just thought I wrote it down on my iPhone notes as he was talking. Now, if we go with the concept that 5 quarterbacks go before pick 18, then you're 100% 3 wide receivers are going to go. So you're going to say Chase, Smitty, and Waddle will go, and then Pitts will go, and without a doubt Sewell will go, and I think Slater's also a lock to go. So you're talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people. That's 11 picks. You're
7,
talking,
you have to deal with.
Come on. I mean, you're talking about a legitimate. I think Parsons. I just got all excited. Parsons might drop to 18.
Yeah,
Got the
that's what I was gonna say.
Well,
you take Parsons.
Just the way the draft's working out. I mean,
you gotta run that up.
Running back at 18.
If Parsons is there, you got to run that card up at 18.
You got to.
Top 5. That's a top 5 talent, and the only reason he's going to fall is because of the run and the concerns people have about his maturity. It might be the perfect storm for him to fall to 18 if you really think about it.
And you know what reason? You also hit on a point that I totally agree with. The procrastination and playing around last year when we did with the Ruiz thing and what we also did with JK and we're also whiffing and missing on the running back position twice last year. And also playing around with it in free agency. And now all these things are coming back to haunt us. And I don't want to be having to be forced to take a running back in that position. I mean, do I think Najee or Travis Etienne could be a French Pro Bowl running back or even a Pro Bowl running back, perennial Pro Bowler? Yeah, but I don't see them being Adrian Peterson, somebody who can like put us on their back and like take us to the promised land. I just don't see that. And being that said, let's help our quarterback by getting a weapon for him, pick number 6, and getting a damn pass rush to get off the field at third down to give our young quarterback more possessions to score. And help out that secondary. That's the strength of our defense. Let's help it out by getting a pass rush.
And don't forget, 2 cornerbacks are probably going to go before 18 too.
Possibly 3.
So that's only dealing with 4 or 3 players.
God knows.
I'm getting excited for draft
there.
God knows. I hope Parsons is there. Imagine Pitts and Parsons.
I will be here no matter what work has to do. I've mapped out my schedule perfectly for that. So,
Kevin Dern hit me up. He works in a government facility, and someone recently got COVID in it and stuff like that. So he's all hyped because he got the time off.
Yay for COVID!
Yay for COVID!
So, I am pretty like I know there's going to be the cream of the crop edge rushers are going to be there, and I know a guy like Parsons could possibly fall too. I'm not so much sold on taking a guy like Zavin Collins at 18, but I'll take a guy like Parsons at 18 if he's there, and I'll take him over Najee 10 times of the week, bro. Like, and there's only 7 days in the week, so that just puts into perspective, right? So,
reason another question to throw out to you, and this is for Rhino and Klump too. Just think about this, guys. With these quarterbacks, we know it's going to be definitely in the top 25 quarterbacks that are going to go. So then at 36, the tackles are going to fall. A Cosme, it's too much. That's what making me think at 36. Like
my boy Tevin Jenkins is going to be sitting right there.
It's too many premium positions that could help Tua out. I know the running game. I just don't. I mean, is a Trey Sermon or a Chuba that bad later on?
Mm-mm.
Like, is it that bad?
Chuba got the tread on the tires, though, bro.
Yeah, he does have the tread, but like,
he had a bad year.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I've been diving in on Sermon a lot, and I can't just get over it. He looks so damn slow. Like, I think my fat ass could run him down right now. I guarantee you. I literally would bet my life savings on it. I could run his ass down. He is so slow, even to the hole, everything about him. So I always thought it would be okay to wait for him. I'm not a big fan. I mean, he's a first and second down guy. He won't play it. I don't see him ever playing on third down in the NFL.
No, not third down. Yeah,
No.
definitely.
Oh,
But like with Chuba, like I know he has a lot of tread, but if where we're gonna draft him at, if we can get by for like 2 seasons with him, and then maybe even next year go at the running back or in free agency. I know one guy I wouldn't mind drafting next year. Like
Bryce
where
Hall.
we're drafting him
Brees
at.
Hall.
Yeah, Brees Hall. Is it really an issue for where we're drafting him at? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there, but gosh, I know we need a pass rush too. We have to help Tua out on offense, and we also have to be able, because we're not, it's not a secret anymore. So we're going to be going up against the Kansas Cities, the Buffalo Bills, and teams of that nature. Where
The Colts.
The Colts. There's a wall of offensive line. We need somebody to strike fear in opposing tackles, and also to complement Ogba. And also could be Ogba's replacement, where we can just draft again instead, because we put ourselves in a predicament we might have to pay Ogba a whole lot of money.
Mm.
Oh man,
Yeah, you can go in the late rounds. You know, you could take the Jared Pattersons, the Kylan Hill.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
The Javion Hawkins, the Rakeem Boyds, the Demetric Feltons, those type of guys.
We did this to ourselves.
Quick take, Klump. Who's better, Mac Jones or Trask?
Reason and I actually
Say
had
it.
this conversation.
Say it. Say it.
Come on.
It's
You
just
know
tough to
it,
say.
you know it,
Listen,
you know what it
listen.
is.
I'm
It's
so sorry, Gator
trash
Nation.
master,
I'm
baby.
so sorry, Gator Nation. Jones
Really?
is better, dude. I watched Kyle
good for
Trask.
you.
Now listen. I have watched Kyle Trask play the game of football for far too many games. I mean, I don't think any Florida quarterback has ever made me so angry than Kyle Trask, because one play, he can make a throw, and I look at my wife, I'm like, holy shit, he's going to be a first-round pick. Like, look how good he is. Then the next drive, he comes out, I'm like, they need to put in Emory Jones. I am so sick of Kyle Trask.
God,
He is the most inconsistent, like, some plays he makes, you can tell that he wasn't a starter in high school, really. I know the guy in front of him went to Miami and was like a top recruit, but still, Kyle Trask to me is a 100%. If you look at Dan Mullen's track record with quarterbacks, that's the only reason Kyle Trask was as good as he was.
Okay.
I mean, he was Alabama obviously makes good quarterbacks, but then we could say Tua is a product of that too. But Jones is better than Trask, in my opinion. I just think Jones has better decision making too. Like, Trask just makes some throws. He got away with so many bad throws that should have been intercepted. He drives me crazy. I think if he wasn't the quarterback of Florida and they had a better quarterback, they would have went even farther. I know Trask had a monster year, so that sounds dumb, but stats don't tell the full story sometimes. I'm not a Kyle Trask
Marcus
fan.
Spears. Did you see what did I send you what Marcus Spears said?
About why isn't Kyle Trask being talked about if Jones is?
Dude,
that one?
it's like the Spider-Man meme. It's the two guys looking at each other, bro. That's literally what Mac and if Mac went to Alabama, he'd be a better processor, bro. He would have had better. He would have had better scouting. He would have been in a way better program in terms of what he would have had around him. Like, the guy just had pits. And let's be honest, you look at his stats this year, and I know you said stats don't say, but shit, he kind of blew it out of the water stat-wise.
Yeah, dude, they had a great scheme. Dan Mullen is a phenomenal college football coach. He really is. I'm telling you, you want to have a fun day, go down this little path. Look at the quarterbacks that Dan Mullen has coached in his lifetime. I mean, he started out with Alex Smith and got him to be the number one pick in the draft. The list of quarterbacks that he's worked with and he made them way better than they were. Look at Tim Tebow. I mean, Dak Prescott succeeded in the NFL, but a guy like Dak Prescott, like, I'm telling you, it all comes down to scheme. Kyle Trask is just not there for me. I hope he does well. I saw the Saints are interested. I did write that too.
They are.
Imagine him going to the Saints is a good spot for him, though.
They think he's going to be. They think he's going to be the heir to Breeze's throne, basically.
I think if Kyle Trask is going to succeed, he needs to go to a team like that. Like the Saints, I would like him to go to, like, even the Steelers would be a good spot for him. Somewhere where they're going to develop him and let him get better. But Sean Payton with Kyle Trask, I would be okay with that.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to eat your words. Thundercleave, shout out to you, the new member. Yeah, and whoever said Javonte Williams is dropping to 50, you're crazy. I want whatever you're smoking in the pipe you have that you're smoking that out of, because that ain't happening. Yeah, he ain't dropping to 50. J.K. Dobbins couldn't even make it to 50 last year. What do you think Javonte Williams is going to do? All right, so let's get into the
Javonte
next
Williams might go before Harris. I mean, some people have him as
It's very
RB1.
realistic. Yeah, man, it's very realistic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into the Kyle Pitts talk, which I know is going to have Klump pitching a tent in his pants.
And Damian.
Oh yeah.
All right, so he's going to win the Rookie of the Year if we draft him.
And he should.
I saw you tweet that, and oh baby, that made me excited.
Yeah, he's gonna win the Rookie of the Year if we draft him. So Bobby Bacala III, he messaged the Monday Morning Quarterback, and he said, "Would the Dolphins still take one of the Bama receivers with Kyle Pitts on the board?" And they say, "Bobby, great question, and one that teams will have to reckon with within the weeks to come. To me, if all things are equal, you should take the tight end in that spot. You can do more with the position, especially a guy like who can flex out the way he can. And great ones are harder to find there than at receiver, both in general and in this year's draft class, which is 110% correct. No history hasn't always been kind to tight ends going in the top 10. TJ Hawkinson, Eric Embron are the only two to go that high over the last decade. But by all accounts, Pitts is a different animal altogether. And for Miami specifically, the idea of pairing Pitts with current tight end Mike Gesicki is a lot of fun, and Brian Flores, of all people, knows the advantage that having two queens on the chessboard at the position could create for an offense. The Dolphins could then double back at 18 if Devontae Smith falls there, or my boy Rashad Bateman, or pluck a burner like Kadarius Toney or Rondell Moore at 36 to complement Devontae Parker. Bottom line is the receiver group this year is much deeper than just Chase Smith and Jalen Waddle. And the same really can't be said for the state of the tight end spot, which, I mean, literally the only other tight end I would touch in this draft is Pat Freiermuth. Other than that, I wouldn't I'm not a Brevin Jordan fan or whatever. So I got to ask you guys, is that a fun concept to you? Because we run the fifth most 12-man personnel in the NFL. Clearly, Durham Smythe and Adam Shaheen are not in the same stratosphere as Kyle Pitts. I'll even go as far as saying Mike Gesicki isn't in the same stratosphere as Kyle Pitts, and I'll stand by that. Is that something that would intrigue you guys beyond just having him because you want him, but all the fun that a guy like Flores could have coming from the system that had Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, who came from where?
Florida.
What's your hat clump? So, I mean, this is literally a guy who he's seen it. Just like, we've got a running back committee, it looks like right now, which is Patriot way. But that two tight end set, guys, we saw what Belichick did this year in the offseason to kind of help Cam out. What did he go back? Obviously, they're going back to heavy 12-man personnel because of the mismatch and the nightmares it can cause for defense. So let me start with Rhino because I know Klump's all giddy already. I'll let him settle down a little bit. Is this a concept beyond just having a great receiver, a guy you can use in all the different ways that you can use a guy like Kyle Pitts, but will he make this offense fun to watch?
Yes. And if we take Pitts, I think the running back will be less of a pick at 18 because I think with the two tight ends running 12 package is going to open up the middle. It's going to stretch side to side the field, and it's going to open things up. I don't know if it was you or Klump, but it didn't hit me until the other day. It's the biggest bang for the buck, that pick, because he is going to win the Rookie of the Year, like you said, and he might even push for Player of the Year. Okay, because if they use him right, he's untouchable, and it just opens up everything with what we already have. Even if we don't take Sewell and we take a project at right tackle, things get easier with this guy on the field.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It just opens everything up. It spreads the field from left to right. It becomes less mandatory to have someone that has to hold the block for 3 seconds because he's going to be open in half a second because he's open the moment the ball snapped. Let's be honest about it. I was, and I still am, Sewell and Waddle, but Pitts is becoming really hard to say that is not the right pick. It's really hard to push back on that these days. That's how I feel about it.
So, Klump, I got 2 questions for you. Will Pitts, and take your little bias out of here, okay? And you're okay.
Take off the hat, Klump.
Will he? Well, I'm a Gators fan. I'm not even sitting up here wearing that. You son of a. Anyways, all right. Like legitimately, will having a guy like that make it as fun as that Patriots offense was to watch? It was fun for most. It was a nightmare for us, but also kind of going off what Rhino said. Will a guy like that, because we all know, Gesicki couldn't block his way out of a wet paper bag. Will a guy like that coming in on inline, because people keep sleeping on this guy's blocking ability. I have no idea why, because this guy can block, man. He's legit. Will it help a guy like Robert Hunt if they stick with him at right tackle, having a guy like that line up to him inline?
Yeah, so I'll start out. I got the hat on. I wish I had the shirt on. I'm going to mess his name up, but Zach Verdern, he's in the chat. I'm happy he's watching. He makes these dope shirts, and he sent me a Pitts one. I'll share the link for everyone. I talked to Reason about it. We got to get Reason a shirt too so we can rock him on stream, because I would have my Pitts shirt on, mainly because I'm glad that you asked me this question, because a lot of people get this whole – and it's my fault. I've said it on multiple shows I've been on. It's my fault why people think I'm like this fanboy of Kyle Pitts, and that's why I want him. I understand that that's like the concept of it. But I have talked multiple times about how and why I want Kyle Pitts on the Miami Dolphins. It might be, yes, I love the Florida Gators, and Kyle Pitts is arguably the best Gator I've ever watched in my life outside of Tim Tebow. But when you really look at their offense, what you just said about Robert Hunt got me so excited, because people don't understand, when you can run a dominant 12 personnel, it helps out everyone. And I'm not just talking about, I've said it multiple times, Devontae Parker, Will Fuller, they're going to get mismatches now because it's going to be impossible to defend that offense. It's going to be hard. But when you have a dominant 12 personnel, it's tough as a defense to commit to something. So you're going to be able to help Robert Hunt out in the pass game so much more, because no matter what, if you have to, you can put Gesicki on the end with him, a little chip, or you can put Pitts for a little chip. It does so much more for your offense than people understand. And I think that's my favorite part about it is I got trashed months ago when I said that Kyle Pitts would be great, because people were like, why do you need 2 tight ends? Why do you need 2 tight ends? Well, the last Super Bowl winners, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, top 5 12 personnel. The year before that, the Chiefs, not a lot of people know this, but they were top 5 and 12 personnel. They might not have an elite number 2 tight end, but they ran the crap out of 12 personnel. Why? 12 personnel is so dominant in the NFL. When you line up in 12 personnel, the defense has to decide before the play starts, how do I want to get beat? And what that means is, when you have 2 tight ends on the field, they either need to come out in base, so they're going to bring 2 linebackers on the field, and those 2 linebackers are going to be responsible for Pitts and Gesicki. Good luck. I mean, those guys they're not going to cover them. It's not going to happen. You might not be able to run the ball as well, because those guys are obviously physical defenders, and they might blow those guys up. And Pitts is a good blocker. I'm so tired of that whole thing. 2019, he was not a great blocker, but he didn't line up in line as much, and that's half the reason why I wasn't a great blocker. But whatever. He's a good blocker. I shared that little meme today, that GIF. Give me a break. He's a good blocker. But so if they come out in base, they have the 2 linebackers. Then they say, you know what? We're tired of getting gashed by Pitts and Gesicki at tight end. We're going to come out in a sub package now, nickel or dime defenders. And what they do is they're going to bring out these 2 nickel and dime defenders, and
5'11" guys.
What makes me so mad is a lot of people are like, oh, these guys can't block. Dude, it's just science at this point. It's just they're going to be able to block nickel defenders. They're going to be able to run the ball down team's throat. I don't care who the offensive line is. It's going to all work. It's going to be easier to run the ball when you have 2 tight ends on the field. It opens up the offense more than you could ever imagine. And that's why I'm so glad people are starting to understand how important it is, because Pitts will plug in. You can line up. This is my favorite thing that people don't realize either. You bring 2 tight ends on the field. Say that the defense comes out in base now. They bring the 2 linebackers out. Tua comes out to the line. He says, check, check. Now imagine Gesicki and Pitts both split out, and now they're out at wide receiver. How are you going to defend that? You literally can't defend it. The only thing they're going to have to do, they're going to come out and sub-package almost every play. They're going to have to, because the moment they put two linebackers out on the field, they're going to get gashed. The defense will get gashed. And I don't even know if I even answered your question in a sense, but I just went on a rant about how great that 12 personnel will be.
No, you
Tua.
did. You
I saw
answered
that
it.
Pro Football Focus. I mean, they're not the end-all, be-all stats. But Pro Football Focus, did you see their stats about how much better Tua is in 12 personnel? He went from like 79 passer rating to a 102 passer rating. Why? Mm-hmm. It makes it easier for everyone. It really does. Bill Belichick is not some like crazy wizard genius. He's a great coach, yes, but he understands 12 personnel works. And people that don't think that that's right, they ran the least amount of 12 personnel last year. The least amount. And what did they go out and do this offseason? They went out and signed 2 tight ends to monster contracts. Why? Because he said, holy crap, we stunk this year. Not even stunk. They just didn't play as great as they've ever played. And his mindset was, we didn't have enough 12 personnel. And 12 personnel helps every single player on the offense. The center, the guards, the tackles, the receivers, the running backs, the quarterback, everyone. So I'm so excited. And at the same time, I'm not, because now it just makes me feel like Pitts isn't even going to make it to 6.
Linebackers can't cover him, bro. Linebackers can't cover him.
No,
so you have to go DB.
Number
and
one,
DBs
can't cover him.
No, I mean,
it's a mismatch, right?
And then you're throwing Gesicki.
He gave JC Horn. He gave JC Horn the work.
Stop it! You're getting me excited.
Put a touch on him. Oh, he
and JC Horn and JC Horn defended him the best, and he still got the work.
Even Surtain defended him well on a outside release, and a little back shoulder throw. He dominated on it. I can't stress it enough. I've been saying it for months that 12 personnel is the way to go. The Miami Dolphins love 12 personnel too. I don't know how people can't understand that. They ran 12 personnel. They were
number 5 in the league. We were number 5 in the league.
Look at their number 2 tight end. Like, come on. He's not great. Think about Gesicki being the number 2 tight end. That's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just I can't stress enough how important it would be if Pitts is on the board at 6 and they don't take him. I will be so. I'm not even going to be devastated. I won't even be devastated. I will be so surprised and confused, because I don't see how the Miami Dolphins pass up on him if he's there at 6. I really, really don't.
Well, I think Atlanta's not taking him, bro.
No, they're trying to.
I think they are
trading out their pick.
Yeah, and did you see the videos they posted? Yeah. You see how badly they're trying to trade? They posted video about, literally from their official account. What if we take Justin Fields? Then, like yesterday, they did. What if we take Penei Sewell? Like, they're literally so much trying to trade that pick out, bro. Like,
but you got to think they're married to Matt Ryan, whether they like it or not, for 2 more seasons. The cap hit for 2 more seasons. So you got to think they need so much help on defense, especially in that division where they're going up against Tampa Bay. New Orleans is still New Orleans, even with Taysom or the other kid on Winston. And Carolina, McCaffrey will be back. And I will say this, Darnold has familiarity with Robbie Anderson, who's a deep threat. I mean, Carolina was in a lot of games.
DJ Moore, right?
Yeah, and DJ Moore. They need pieces on defense. They're trying to get out that pick. I just hope to piggyback on what Klump said, how Pitts helps out Robert Hunt with the chipping, or Gesicki with the chipping. That's enough to slow a defender, the pass rush down in the run game. The difference is with us running this 12 personnel is that we have defenses have to look at that. It's the threat of the pass still too. Even in run situations, it's going to constantly keep them guessing. It's a rewinder back, minus that we don't have the elite blocking tight end out the 2, how New England did with Gronk and Hernandez. But Pitts is probably more superior athlete and pass catching than Hernandez was, and Gesicki's no slouch, even though. It's lack of running routes, man. It opens everything up. The DVP will be able to eat. We got the speeds to Will Fuller. I mean, we have
who do you double team, right? Who do you double team?
Especially in the red zone, you might as well just put 6 on the board every time. Put 6 on the board. I'm telling you, I told you this reason. If we grab Pitts, I am putting it down there now. If Tua's in the category for comeback player of the year because they so-called say he struggled, or shot at winning MVP, I'll put $100 down, because he's going to put up monster damn numbers. He's going to put up a lot of touchdowns. Once we get in the red zone, it's over. It's over.
He would even help Grant. I'll put it that way.
He would. God,
Buddy, Grant will be running out Pitts' water bottle during break, bro.
That's just incredible what it could do. It just opens up everything.
It opens up everything.
Oh God,
I just don't see how we don't do it.
I
just don't
agree.
see how.
I really agree. That's why I said I'm setting myself up for failure. I really am because if he's on the board,
Okay, listen,
if he's on the board, and they don't take him,
bro. Yeah, but who's gonna take him? I think they're it's gonna be, and y'all know I run the Penei Sewell train over here. It's gonna be Pitts or Devontae Smith, bro. Like, who's gonna take him? Arthur Smith in Atlanta doesn't run a lot of 12-man personnel, and they paid Hayden Hurst.
they're going quarterback regardless. That pick's gonna be quarterback.
Yeah.
I really think it's gonna go 4 quarterbacks in a row.
It's
The only
gonna get
player
traded.
that makes sense. The only player that makes sense for them is Parsons, and he's not going to go that high, or a corner, and they're not going to go that high, or Penei Sewell. That's literally what makes the most sense for them if they don't go quarterback.
And it's reported that Arthur Smith has said that's the dispute between him and the GM. Arthur Smith, the new coach, saying we're good with Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
You know, so and they're married to Matt Ryan. That quarterback's gonna have to sit 2 years because of the cap hit over the next 2 years. Nobody's gonna trade for him. So, I mean, God knows it's gonna.
By
be
the
4
time you can
quarterbacks.
trade for him, you'll be 37.
Yeah, it's gonna be old.
And let's be honest, I don't care what anyone tells me. I've been saying it for months. I'm dug in. The Bengals are taking Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you're right. I think they're gonna take Pitts. I'm so
Oh
worried.
God, no.
It's going to be Penei Sewell's the only other choice that makes sense. Or Rashawn. I've been telling people, Rashawn Slater actually makes a little bit more sense.
It makes total sense. It makes total sense. And
because you can kick him on the interior, and then once Riley Reef is gone, kick him back out.
and it's not taboo for a guard to be taken that high. So
Pitts will be there at 6, bro. Pitts will be there.
Imagine the first 4 picks are quarterbacks, and then the Bengals take Slater.
I'll
Dude,
laugh.
Chris Greer, I'm sending him a care package, whatever I got to send the guy.
If I'm Chris Greer, bro, if I'm Chris Greer, I'll take Pitts or Penei at 6, and then I'm calling the Lions and say, what's it costing me to move up from 18 to get the one I didn't take at 6?
Yep. Oh my God.
Scenario. If that was to happen and the Bengals wouldn't, gosh, because see if Atlanta can't move out that pick.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're taking a quarterback. Because they're stuck. Say if they take Penei, just say weirdly they take Penei. And then let's say the Bengals take Chase. And that other quarterback's still on the board. Do you gamble?
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure. Even if we get a haul, and I love Kyle Pitts.
No.
But say if we get a team to give us something crazy.
No shot.
Okay,
They wouldn't have traded
I'm
back
just throwing
up.
that out
Yeah,
there.
they wouldn't have moved back.
They wouldn't have moved back.
And what was the
I'm just
talk
throwing it out
today
there.
on Twitter? Because I was taking my cat nap about people saying Sewell is. What were they talking about Sewell on Twitter today?
I was dunking on some people. They said that Sewell's a wasted pick because they took Robert Hunt in the second and Austin Jackson in the first.
Can I ask
That
you
was
this?
the dumbest thinking I've ever
Can I ask
heard.
you this? Were either one of those guys the prospect Sewell is coming out?
Absolutely
B,
not.
If we drafted a guy like Sewell, can we not sit here and say day one he's probably better than either of the tackles we got?
Oh, I agree, and that's what I tweeted. I said I don't know how you're dumb if you think that wouldn't be a good pick, and it improves 3 positions in my opinion because you're going to bump Hunt inside and you're going to have that battle at left guard. I mean, come on, sometimes it's not. People get stuck on prospects.
It's got to be Penei or Pitts. Penei or Pitts at 6 are the only acceptable routes for me, bro.
Smitty would be acceptable too.
No, it's Penei I accept, but dude.
Here's your preferences.
Acceptable in capital letters are Pitts or Penei. And listen, again, bro, I'm calling the Lions, and I'm saying, if both those guys are on the board, what does it cost, man?
You think Greer do it?
No, but I would.
Yeah.
I'll give you 18. I'll give you 2022 second, and I'll give you the 2023 first. That's how much I give up. All
buddy, let's go.
Yeah, those are gonna be high first-round picks, and
you got me excited.
Well, I don't think 2023 will be high because we'll be competing, and the San Francisco 49ers will have their quarterback situation figured out by then.
Yeah.
And Mac Jones will be navigating the offense for the 49ers, so it'll be
Yo,
a top 10.
you actually believe that,
Yes, it
bro?
will be. Oh, God.
I'm not kidding. I've seen like real big time guys. Adam Schefter, even Matt Miller, who used to be at Bleacher Report, who's pretty plugged when it comes to draft stuff. They both said that Mac Jones is the pick at 3. I mean,
Imagine moving
that's
from
split
12
is
to 3
funny.
from Mac
If,
Jones.
yo, bro, oh my god,
God.
you would get fired. I would fire you at the moment you drafted him, bro.
It's a split between the GM and the coach, isn't it, with the Mac Jones thing?
Yeah, because
Lynch
Justin
doesn't
Fields
want
and
him,
Trey
but-
Lance are going to be on the.
Lynch doesn't want
The
him,
best-
but the coach does. Shanahan.
The best tweet I saw is that how the 49er fans are going to defend Mac Jones when they spent the last 2 weeks bashing the idea of him becoming the quarterback. That's going to be the fun thing on Twitter if that happens, man.
Do you think it's pretty crazy? Do any of you even know this? I found this out on Twitter. Do you know that Mac Jones has like off-field problems? Does anyone know this?
I didn't know
With
that.
what?
Can't get
I
a
heard-
date?
DUIs. He has DUI troubles
Whoa.
at Alabama. Now, I saw a thing. It was like all these people trash Fields and say like he's not committed to football, off the field red flags. I did not know this, but Mac
know
Jones
that.
got a DUI at Alabama when he was the backup quarterback. And I find that so crazy that like I didn't know that because they just don't talk about stuff like that. It's pretty insane. That's
Well, you know
also
what's
worth noting.
crazy? When you looked at his pro day, me and Ryan were joking. Just went live about it. It looked like he got off. He drank a couple of beers, got off the couch, and came out and said, "Let's throw it around a little bit." Like he looks like he has a beer gut, so it doesn't actually go. Like here's another thing, Klump. Sewell has his pro day. Who was it? It was that Dov Kleiman guy or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Dov Kleiman or whatever.
Yep.
And he came out and said that there's maturity issues with Sewell. What are the maturity issues? I haven't heard a peep.
Yeah.
You want to know what's so weird about that? And I'm not making this up. People will just say I'm like cherry picking this. I saw Sewell run his 40, and after he finished his 40-yard dash, did anyone see what he did?
Ah! When he yelled?
Now, so listen, coming from a guy who's been in a lot of football locker rooms, a lot of football programs and stuff like that, when I saw it, I swear to you on my children's lives, I went, that's kind of weird. Like, is he kind of like a punk? Like, that's like an individual kind of thing. That's not like a big football guy thing. Like, like football coaches don't like shit like that. Like, don't make it an individual thing. And when he did that, I was like, that's weird. And then I did see that tweet, and I was like, okay. Now that's kind of weird to me because I hate when players do stuff like that. Like, dude, don't be dramatic. Just run your 40-yard dash and get it over with. So that was pretty interesting. I did see that there's some character concerns. He's a young kid, though. What is he, 20? He's 20, right?
Yeah, he's real young.
Dude, he's a kid. He's a kid.
I just like how you remind me never to scream after I do something around Klump or
No. It was extra, though. You know what I mean? It was just that like, oh, give me all the attention kind of thing, as if it wasn't already on him. And it clicked in my head, like, why did he need more attention there? It was weird. I can't explain it. I've seen tons of kids throughout football, and I've seen tons of kids how they act when they want more attention, and it was weird to me. And it really, I'm not kidding, it really went in my head. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I saw that it was weird. But
one
I saw
thing
someone.
you're gonna say he has maturity issues. Tell us what they are.
Yeah, true. I wish. I hate that.
Like we all know what Parsons' issues are, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I
I'll
don't know.
deal with the maturity issues. Give me that talent.
Yeah, I know. Eh?
Damn it. Get a
So-
babysitter for him. I don't care.
According to the Athletics, Josh Tolentino, and the reason why I didn't bring it up is because the Athletics behind a paywall. The Dolphins have engaged with Kyle Pitts multiple times.
Oh, God.
The Dolphins are the Dolphins are showing interest in Pitts, who is arguably the best pass catcher in the draft. Hence why I labeled him a receiver, not a tight end. So I can feel the giddiness rising on your guys' side right now. I mean, hey, it's got Pitts or Panay, bro. Those are the only acceptable moves for me, bro. And I put Pitts first because of how badly they need a receiver.
Unless they go 4 and 5. How terrible would
Oh,
that be?
God.
Oh, bro.
Well,
I can't believe I'm on the Pitts train.
I don't think
out of
Atlanta's
David's
going
mouth.
to take him. It's Cincinnati. It's the only, I see Cincinnati more at risk of taking them than Atlanta. I think Atlanta's trying to get out there.
Taking who?
Pitts. I can see
Since he ain't
Cincinnati more
taking
than
Pitts,
Atlanta.
bro. They're taking Panay or Chase before they're taking Pitts.
Well, they
bro.
need the smart thing for Cincinnati would be to take Panay, but I just don't see Atlanta. I see Atlanta.
Smart
getting
and
out.
Cincinnati don't usually go together in the
They
same
don't.
sentence, though, right?
They don't, and they're conservative for the wrong reason. They won't. They don't even trade. Like that's going all the way back to
someone in the
Smith.
chat. Someone in the chat said nothing gets out from Miami about Miami talking to Pitts. I agree, but the person who reported that was actually Pitts. Pitts is the one who came out and said that the Dolphins are talking to him. So I agree that yes, that's not true. That a lot of reports have come out about the Dolphins.
What the hell is going on, man?
But Pitts was the one who said at his pro day.
After his
that the
pro
Dolphins-
day. Remember we talked about that,
Yep,
Rhino?
yep.
It was at his pro day, remember?
I'm just saying that. Why?
Remember
is
he said that
pushing
they were
it?
gonna. Remember he said that they were gonna. Flores said he was gonna call him this week.
Yep.
God, I should
I'm
put this
trying to
on
figure
screen.
out whether it's
And
whether
did you
it's
guys
smoke.
see
Out
what?
his mouth.
Did you guys see what Armando reported yesterday?
No.
He remember he's the one who tweeted that per the NFL Network.
Oh, about going to Oregon.
Flores was in Eugene for the Oregon Pro Day. Yesterday, he retweeted himself and said Flores wasn't at the Pro Day.
So which is it?
I don't know because I know there's corners there that they like DeMondre Lenore. I know they really like that kid. They've interviewed him a bunch of times. So I don't know.
So much
never-
smoke,
never
bro.
trust
There's
a thing,
so much
Armando.
freaking smoke.
Yeah, especially that comes from Armando. Last year we were taking a new quarterback every day. I thought I read that we were taking Jeremy Klump at quarterback one of those days too from Armando. The guy's ridiculous. Look at this guy.
Armando.
I did score 11 touchdowns as a quarterback in flag football as a kid.
There you
There
go.
you go.
I was a
There you go.
quarterback.
Bro, you gotta shed that weight and get back to your slot receiver days so then we can draft you.
I wish. There's no shot I'm shedding that weight and getting back to there. No shot.
So and then before I open it up, here's a little tidbit that Omar Kelly had in his article today, and it goes back to what we're talking about Pitts. Listen, in the next 12 months, Mike Gesicki will either receive a substantial life-altering contract from the Miami Dolphins, or he'll be planning his future elsewhere. That's the cycle of life in the NFL. Now, Klump, I'll let you start it off because I agree wholeheartedly with what you said. I've said what you're about to say on this channel before, but I'll let you roll out because you're dead on with it. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I'll start off by saying, first off, I don't like to trash other writers, mainly because I hate when people trash me. It's so annoying. But Omar, my guy, you write this article, but a few weeks ago, I remember having to quote tweet you when you said, what? Kyle Pitts he's good, he's not great. And now it's this altering thing for the Dolphins if they draft him. Which one is it, buddy? Pick where you are. You're either on the Kyle Pitts train or you're not. But I'll get into what Reason was saying. And what I've said a couple times too is that if the Miami Dolphins draft Kyle Pitts, all these people that think, oh, that means Gesicki's gone, he's not going to be there, that is so wrong. That is not what the Miami Dolphins are going to do. What they're going to do is, one, they're going to try to sign him to a long-term contract. There's no shot they're paying him big-time top 5 tight end money. It's just not going to happen. 0% chance. 0% chance. And if he wants that money, you know what the Miami Dolphins are going to do? They're going to look at him and say, okay, buddy, have the franchise tag. Boom. Here it is. Now we're only going to pay you $9 to $10 million, whatever it is. The franchise tag for the tight end, don't quote me on this.
It's $9 million, I think.
But I think the franchise tag for the tight end is one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, for an offensive player in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the Miami Dolphins aren't going to say, okay, buddy, go pack your bags and go. No way. They drafted him earlier in the draft. They're going to 150% franchise tag him, and it makes a ton of sense. And then after the franchise tag, if he walks, it is what it is.
You can franchise the tag a second year if you like what you see.
And
right?
It would be dumb for him to want to leave if he's that good that he wants a monster contract. He's not a dumb guy. Why would he want to leave? And Miami's a great place to live, so they're going to franchise tag him. There's 0% chance he's planning for his future elsewhere. Omar, I'm sorry, buddy. There's a lot of football learning you need to do, and I'm here for you. I don't know why you don't follow me back. I am here for you to help you out, buddy. Najee Harris is not the pick at 3, which he said months and months ago.
This guy,
he did.
Yo, he thinks Najee's the best player in the draft.
Yeah, sorry,
Really?
buddy. Kyle Pitts might be good in your eyes, but that cements to me how freaking great he is because you are not a great talent evaluator.
Yeah.
And
he leans on other people. He's admitted that he leads on other people for it, right?
And he clearly doesn't understand the dynamics of how the NFL and the contracts work. So trust me, every Miami Dolphins fan, I can promise you, unless the Miami Dolphins get a crazy trade for Mike Gesicki after they draft Kyle Pitts, that's the only way he's not in Miami in 2022. That's the only way.
I agree. And they might double up, even though you got to pay him a little bit more the next year around. They might just swallow it because if you get good production this year and the year he's on his franchise tag, why not franchise tag him again?
Yep,
I
love
sent
it.
you something funny.
I love
Reason.
it.
I'll check it out in a sec, bro. Damien, because since I want to get your thoughts on, because you've seen me in ball game break down the all 22 here. Gesicki's a porous blocker, although this year, I will say this year, he had flashes. He had flashes of actually showing competence in blocking. But me in ball game just absolutely tore him a new one when it came to route running. You know, another reason why Smitty might be a good addition if the other guys are gone, that he could teach him how to run routes a little bit crisper and better, sharper breaks, sink at the top of his routes a little bit better. What are your thoughts on what Omar said about, you know, if he doesn't get a substantial life-altering contract?
Well, I think Omar is totally wrong. I'm going to agree with what Klump said. The logical thing would be to just franchise him. Then franchise him again, especially if it's working. Why not? I think also with Gesicki's blocking, we just need him to just get in the way. Like, that's all he has to do, get in the way. And also, Pitts will be a plus because Pitts will help Gesicki with his deficiencies with route running because he can just do what he do. Just run your seam routes up the middle. You're going to be wide open. That's all we need him to do is just keep it basic and simple. That's all we need to do because Kyle Pitts will – I mean, he's a matchup nightmare. He's going to be able to dictate coverage. You can't cover him with the corner. You can't cover him with the linebacker. He opens everything up, and he's going to demand the double team. So then when you got Fuller, speed guy, and then when you got Gesicki, who's running like a deer in the middle, I mean, then you got Preston and it's God knows. It's just a beautiful thing. Pitts covers up and masks all deficiencies with Gesicki and utilizes Gesicki even more as a weapon and takes all the pressure off Gesicki. Just can't go wrong. Omar's dead wrong about everything. About the Najee evaluation at 3, he's dead wrong. He's not Adrian Peterson. And I like Najee, he's just not Adrian Peterson. You know, he's not Adrian Peterson, he's not Saquon, or he's not McCaffrey. He's not a talent that you take in the top 10. He's just not that guy. Not at all.
Yeah, I agree. Did you say he's not even a Saquon Barkley? I don't think.
No, Saquon when healthy, no.
Yeah, I agree, man. And you know, Adrian Peterson coming out of Oklahoma, you knew that guy was a top 10 pick.
Yeah, as a freshman, he could have came out.
Special written all over him.
You know, I'll go this far. You want me to really put it out there?
McCaffrey too.
I don't think he's a LaDainian Tomlinson. And where did LaDainian go? You know where LaDainian went.
TCU, and then he rushed for over 300 yards in a game in TCU. He was different. LT was different in college, and he did it again when TCU played superior talent. He did it.
But there's only 2 generational talents coming out. Sewell and Pitts. That's it. Those are 2 generational talents.
Yeah, I don't even
agree.
think you could throw Lawrence under that right now.
Bro. No, I agree.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, that's why I agree with you. Yeah.
I think Sewell and Pitts are the 2 safest picks. Minus catastrophic injury, I think those are the 2 safest picks.
I agree 110% with that. Let's hear your thoughts on your favorite reporter, Rhino.
I have been listening, reading Omar since 2008, 2009, I think. He loves attention. He doesn't matter how he gets it, good, negative, positive. It doesn't matter. He does have some good takes sometimes, but I'm firmly believing those aren't his takes. Someone else told him and he liked them. Because when you told me that he was at the draft and he didn't know who that guy was that he walked next to, you remember who that guy was?
Kinlaw is Javon Kinlaw, I believe.
What the hell, bro?
The story goes he walked up to Javon Kinlaw when he was talking to someone. And he basically looked at the other guy and said, "Oh, who's this?" And the guy was like, "Oh, this is Javon Kinlaw, one of the best defensive tackles in the draft." The story goes, Omar Kelly looked him up and down, shrugged, and walked away.
I don't know what to say. You know, And my biggest pet peeve about Omar forever is 2010 or 11. There are multiple reporters that took picture of him, his peers, exposing that he sleeps
sleeping?
at training camp. Okay. Yeah. And this happened multiple times. So the opinion of Omar, I don't think is very positive within the community. Because if someone's my peer and I happen to fall asleep at the training camp, which they probably did take a picture
of you and put you on blast, right?
No way. So
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
my thing
is
with
that
Domo.
true?
Yeah, 100%.
The
100%.
pictures are
Oh
out.
my.
You can find the
Multiple.
pictures. Yeah.
Multiple
Hey, can I
times.
just respond to one guy in the chat? Just want to respond to this.
Go
Tony,
ahead, Damien. Let him have it.
That you say Najee Harris is the best running back to come out in a few years. So you saying he's better than Christian McCaffrey,
No.
who in Stanford dominated Stanford. He was the only go-to guy.
Bro, he just
Saquon
compared Najee to Marshall Falk.
You can't say that. If we're gonna go a little bit further back, I know the injuries because his knees are degenerated, but Todd Gurley was a beast in the SEC when the SEC was still playing defense. I mean, to say these things, that Dalvin Cook in Florida State, like you saw it there. It's just Florida State was inconsistent. I just can't say that Najee Harris was the best back to come out of college in the last few years. I'm using few in the last 5 years. I can't say that. Now Najee Harris is a
Saquon
talented
Barkley.
back. He's a top. I'll give him. He's a top 25 talent. I'm not taking that away, but is he a guy that you can see that can carry a franchise? Because in the NFL, he's not going to have these Red Sea parting holes. I mean, this is going to be a totally different ball game. I'm for Najee. I'm just not for him at the slot that we might have to take him at. And I don't think he's the last few years. No, I mean that's my opinion.
Do you think he's better than Leonard Fournette coming out?
Coming out of LSU, no. Leonard Fournette was the offense in LSU.
I agree.
It was the offense, and Leonard Fournette was the offense. He was the top. He was the number one running back coming out of high school. Top 5 recruit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that.
I agree.
I agree too. 100%, dude.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I agree, but I do agree with you. I think he's a top 20 talent.
He's a top 20 talent, hands down.
Yeah,
I just don't want to
that.
take him at 18. I don't want to take no running back at 18.
All right, so let's go with this. Yeah, because if you got 4 quarterbacks going,
You're gonna have 5.
I think they're gonna be in the top 15.
I think he's right.
okay, I can sit here and say only 3 of those guys, all right, Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Fields are the only top 20 talents out of that. Lawrence, y'all know I love Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Lance is a bit of a project.
True.
I got him as a top 25, top 30 talent. Sure. Mac Jones, I don't even have a first round grade on.
I still like Trans better.
I don't have a first round grade on Mac Jones. Shout out to the homie Dante Collinelli who put a 5th round grade on Mac Jones.
You know what? I agree with him too. I agree with Dante on that.
Yo, dude, this guy is not a first. If this guy goes in the top 15, I will laugh my head off, bro.
He's going, brother. He's going.
Because I know one team that didn't take him, and that's the Patriots. After Belichick saw his pro day, looked at McDaniels and was shaking his head, saying, "No, nope. What did we come out here for?" All right, so let's talk about this. So obviously,
Oh man.
Dolphins Twitter's been going at them for about the last week and a half. I'm talking about Colin Cowherd and Joy Taylor. They've, I saw Tyler. Shout out to Tyler because I've seen it in the comments. Someone said, why do they want to give Sam Darnold all this time, but only gets 9 games? And she said it's the white answer. Hey, I mean, maybe so. I mean, y'all see me post the meme.
Yeah.
Of looking at the color chart there, but
God.
I gotta sit here and say this, all right? And I posted this on Twitter today. Tua looked better than Sam Darnold did as a rookie.
Yes, he did.
Tua flashed more than Sam Darnold as a rookie.
Yes, he did.
In year 2, Sam Darnold was still seeing ghosts, while throughout his whole career, Tua hasn't seen a ghost, spook, or specter. Okay, so I mean, we can say the legitimate case here. Tua is ahead of the curve that Sam Darnold was on this early in his career. And why is everyone willing to give Sam Darnold all this extra time, but Tua Tagovailoa gets 9 games and it's move off this guy? And shout out to Joy because she's an absolute goddess.
Yes.
Dolphins queen.
Absolute goddess. Love your brother too. He's a legend. Don't shake your head, Klump. You know she's a goddess, all right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. She puts the and thick. All right. So
3 C's.
Oh, buddy, 3. I'll little quad those up, baby. Let's go. She's the only reason I watch The Herd.
True,
Oh, man.
true. That's a fact for me.
The only reason I watch The Herd is for two people, Joy Taylor, and whenever Klatt comes on, because I actually do respect Klatt's opinion. I like Klatt. So all right, let's get your guys' thoughts. Why is the media giving? And I kind of set this up. If you go back to TD Fins Talk, what did I always say, Rhino and Damien? What did I always preach in the NFL? When I was talking about Josh Rosen, what did I always say? The one thing you don't have in the NFL is time. Okay, but 9 games is a little freaking ridiculous here. Okay, like
it's totally
that's not even like, I mean, Rosen had a full 13 games his first year, and then he had 3 starts for us, 2 or 3 starts for us. I think he had over 16 starts, right? I mean, and he had historically the worst QBR we've seen literally in the last 15 years. That's not even an exaggeration, okay? Josh Rosen is absolutely shit. And I was telling our fans, stop getting your hopes up. This guy's brutal, okay? And he ended up living up to my hype. All right. This isn't Josh Rosen's situation. This is, okay. We hear that, he got benched. Okay, well, Elway got benched for 3 games in his rookie season. Should the Denver Broncos have moved off John Elway using your logic? Okay, Frank Tarkenton. Let's start talking about lefties. Frank Tarkenton got moved out of Minnesota because he wasn't living up to the hype, balled out, came back to Minnesota and balled out. All right.
Dan Marino broke all his passing records for yards and everything. That's Marino's records he broke.
Let's stick to lefties, though. Steve Young. How dumb did the Tampa Bay Buccaneers look? Just saying. All right. Steve Young could have been slinging in those nice white, puke yellow and red jerseys, bro. Okay, but what they do, they passed on him. Now, I'm sitting here and saying I think 2 in year 1 look better than the guys I've mentioned in year 1. I'm talking about, not career-wise. All right, so why is let's start with Klump because I know he's just itching to go here. Why is the media willing to only give Tua 9 games and then mock a quarterback to us when, Klump, you watch tape. I watch tape. I know Damien watches tape. I know Rhino watches a little bit of tape when he can. Dude, next to Trevor Lawrence coming out of college, Tua Tagovailoa is a much cleaner prospect than Justin Fields.
Jeez.
Okay, then Trey Lance, then Mac Jones. Who do you want to name here? Zach Wilson, too. So why is it we are going to give up a guy who's already got 9 games, yet a full season of experience at the NFL level under his belt for a player who's not as polished as he was coming out of Bama, we're going to go right back to square one with the project at the position, yet Sam Darnold gets all of these passes. Like, and I agree. I think Joe Brady's going to rejuvenate his career. Like, I don't take away the circumstance of he had Adam Gase, the idiot, running the show out there. But why is Tua not getting the same pass that a guy like Sam Darnold is after 3 years?
So, and what is now being called the lost episode of man-to-man coverage, which is going to be hilarious to look back on one day in my life. But we actually talked about this pretty well now. I have come to the conclusion, I don't know what Tua did to these people. I just don't. I have never in my lifetime seen an NFL player who, I mean, how clean is this guy off the field? Like, he's like everything you want in an NFL player. Like, you want your kids to look up to Tua. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick's kids look up to Tua and love him. This guy is like a model citizen off the field, this great guy. And for some odd reason, every single day he is the biggest topic, good or bad, usually bad. And I'm not kidding. I never once sit here and I think to myself, I don't know the answer to something. I truthfully, I'm not even joking. I don't know the answer to why he gets the hate that he does. I go back to Sam Darnold. You said how, year 1 he was better. Look at their college careers. I mean, if they both enter the draft this year, who are you taking? Tua? Exactly. It's so crazy to me. I just can't. I don't understand what he did to these people and why they hate him so much. I truly will never understand it. But 6-3, 9 games, COVID, hip injury. Let's throw it away. Let's move on from it. And I talked about this. I forget. I was on another podcast. I talked about this. I'm so sick of this whole NFL, the media and the fans, where it's like the "what have you done for me lately" concept and how important it is. Dude, you look back. Dolphins fans will understand the Ryan Tannehill situation, but I'm not even going to go Ryan Tannehill here. Look at a quarterback like Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford enters the NFL draft, number 1 pick in the draft. Before the new CBA, the guy gets like $60 million when he signs his name on the contract.
Yes, sir.
How many years did this guy get? I mean, how many damn years did this guy get? Let's not even talk about this. I don't even care how many years he got in as a Ram. He goes to the Eagles. Crazy. Chip Kelly wants him. And then what happens? What happens to Sam Bradford? This guy is absolute trash. I mean, Sam Bradford sucks. He is – I could go on for days. He sucks. He gets traded for a first-round pick. Yeah. And we have people telling me that Tua sucks after 9 games? I was going to say the F word.
You can say it. Go ahead.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? It actually irritates me so much. And what irritates me more is I'm sure people are going to tweet at me or say stuff to me like, you're such a Tua stan. No, I'm not. I'm literally not a Tua stan. Not at all. What I am, though, is like, I love football. And these people who are ruining young, good players because they're absolute idiots and don't even know football, it drives me insane. Sam Bradford had how many years to prove himself? Sam Darnold gets the pass. I saw Cal Hurd. What did he say? Oh, this is all he needed. He needed this. But Tua gets absolutely no excuses. And I'm not even an excuse guy. But give me a break. Tua deserves the excuses. I'm so sick of it. And I just don't get it anymore. I really don't.
Well, Klump, as much as Gase held back Sam Darnold's development, I think we can make a case, and Rhino knows I was preaching it since Fitzpatrick was in. Gailey wasn't doing a good job last year. He didn't do Tua any favors. Hunt was constantly in his lap off every snap. Okay. Jesse Davis was a disaster at guard. All right. Jackson, after he returned from the foot injury, Bradley Chubb must have watched the USC tape and said, oh, all I got to do is go across this guy's face and it's a wrap. So the O-line was absolute crap. Where, Klump, did you watch a lot of tape of Tua after we drafted him or before the draft?
I watched Tua before.
Okay.
I wasn't covering the Dolphins then, but yes, I watched tape on Tua.
Okay, so you remember, here's the thing I'll point out to you. A little thing people don't really pay attention to, but I brought it up. Would you not say one of his best traits coming out was his pocket presence of being able to climb the pocket when he felt the pressure?
Step up in the pocket.
Yeah. Notice by the end of the season, he said, screw that, and he was just bailing as soon as he felt the pressure. What does that tell you, Klump? He didn't trust his protection. Then by the end of it, who's his receivers? Lynn Bowden, Mac Hollins, Isaiah Ford. What is this guy supposed to do with that? And then what even drew me further up the wall was you watch the Raiders game, okay? You watch the Raiders game. As soon as they take Tua out, what does Gailey start doing? Exposing the Gesicki versus Raekwon McMillan matchup. Why were you not doing that when Tua was in there?
Yeah.
You said that instantly.
And I've touched on it too. What you just said is the whole – a lot of people don't understand. It's like the quarterback is the only person who gets the blame. And I always bring it back to this from covering the Eagles. Look at Carson Wentz this year. He couldn't trust his receivers. Look at what Tua had. He had worse. Honestly, if you really think about it, he had just as bad, if not worse, weapons. I mean, dude, Zach Ertz is better than Gesicki. Dallas Goedert and Gesicki, that's a good argument. We could sit down and have that argument. But Tua just had, it drives me so insane. I'm so done with it. I was saying, I think I'm just gonna start blocking people. Honestly, I think that's where I'm at. Is like, it makes me so angry to the point where I shouldn't even get angry at these people anymore. Because I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I don't care what your opinion is on Tua. If you think he's gonna be great, if you think he stinks, if your opinion is now that he's gonna stink no matter what, you're an idiot. You're an absolute fucking idiot. Because there's no way you can evaluate a player after this many games, and after the COVID and after the injury. Let's evaluate him after this year. And I've said it before too. Even if he's not that great this year, I'm still giving him another year. Are you kidding me? You got to let these players grow. Yeah. Look at Josh Allen. And you brought up your best friend, Joy. She's so great. I love Joy. But hey, Joy.
Hey, She tweeted me today.
She did, and she tweeted at me after I dunked. She tweeted at me after I dunked on her, and
Yeah, but
dragged
she respectfully tweeted me, all right? Let's say
she
that.
didn't respectfully tweet me because she knew I dunked on her. Because what did I say to her? She said, "I don't see anything special from Tua. I don't see the Josh Allen." And I said in my head, "Are you kidding me? You don't see
that's
Josh
right.
Allen?
Yeah.
Josh Allen." I said to her, "Your take is as bad as his rookie season because he was trash his rookie season. You got to give these players time
Let me hit
to
you
grow."
with this, Klump. Let me hit you with this. If you take Burrow's stats and put them up there, and you take Tua's stats and put them up there, no context of who they're from, they're basically identical. Like Tua going into that game had less turnovers. They ended up with the same turnovers into that Buffalo game. He had a better QBR. He finished with a little worse of a QBR because of that Buffalo Bill game. But they're basically still identical stats. And Joe Burrow tore every letter of the alphabet in that knee.
Yep.
Why is no one mocking a quarterback to the Cincinnati Bengals? And Joe Burrow had T. Higgins, A.J. Green, Joe Mixon had a consistent running game that could run behind that shitty offensive line. The only thing he had that Tua had was the crap offensive line, the inconsistent offensive line. But other than that, he had more weapons at his disposal, but he put up the same exact numbers, but he had a far more significant injury because there's talk that it's actually he's saying he might be ready, but I've heard whispers that it's a 2-year injury, how bad it was, okay? So, I mean, why is no one mocking a quarterback to the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah, it's crazy to me. I told you. I'm not one to tell you I don't know why. And I truly don't understand. I don't know what Tua did to these people. He had to have done something that we don't know about. Because
I figured it out.
Even Pro Football Talk. Now listen, I don't care what your opinion is on Pro Football Talk. It's
do.
not even
Chris
that.
Sims is a retard.
Whatever your opinion is. What drove me crazy was the Dolphins traded back up to 6. Did anyone see what they wrote when they did that? Pro Football Talk wrote that now the Dolphins position themselves for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Are you
Why would they
kidding?
move out of 3?
They literally wrote this, and I don't think I've ever read something so damn stupid in my life. And again, I don't like trash people. I'm sorry, Omar. DM me, buddy. I'm helping you. I will help you learn football.
But you can go in on Pro Football Talk.
But Pro Football Talk, that is garbage. I mean, garbage. Not only did you try to defend someone who's right now currently in sexual assault allegations and try to act like the women are lying, now you're telling me the Miami Dolphins traded from 3. They could have got a quarterback at 3, but instead they traded back to 12, back up to 6 to replace Tua. You're an idiot. Pro Football Talk, you are dumb. You're all dumb. Anyone that thinks that the Dolphins need to move on, you're dumb. Let's give him 2 years, 3 years in my opinion, and let's see how he does. Give him Kyle Pitts at 6, and then we'll talk.
Yep. All right, let's get Rhino and Damien's thoughts. Rhino, you said you figured it out.
Yeah, I think it boils down to a few simple things here. When Flo benched Tua, that gave the media the excuse that they wanted, okay? And that's not how Flo thinks. He doesn't even cross his mind. He's trying to win games. I understand. I'm not questioning that. The fact that Herbert had such a great season, if you remove one of the two out of that equation, I don't think they turn on him like they have this offseason. That's just my feel on it. Some of the personal stuff within our community, to me, is really simple. And I don't know if we want to – I hope we don't go down this rabbit hole. It is the fact that he played for Bama and that Rosen, they say, got ill-treated and Tua got treated more fairly than Rosen did, which we all know is BS. That's what I think happened, this entire thing. And the media loves to build up and break down. That's their job. That's how they get clicks. That's how they get money. It's what the media does.
You make such a good point, Rhino, because all those people, those, you know what I call them, the Rosen truthers, they're the same ones calling for us to draft a quarterback right now and move off Tua. They're the same ones, like you said, they're saying, oh, we didn't give a fair chance to Rosen. But then they're turning around and they're doing the same exact thing to Tua, and they don't even realize, because they're so dense, about the hypocrisy they're living in right now. Like it's absolutely unbelievable, man. Oh my God, Rose and Truthers. I don't know if there's anything worse. Well, I mean, I guess rapists and pedophiles are worth.
Whoa,
are
I don't know.
worse,
Maybe.
are worse than them, but it's a short list.
Yeah. It is.
Damien, let's get your thoughts, brother.
To piggyback also on what Rhino said, because that's the exact way I was coming on. It's poor journalism. So you gotta look at Tua. Tua coming out of college, University of Alabama, big time program, high profile, polarizing figure, positive guy, broke all types of college records, drafted 5th overall, even with the injury, overcame that. And they just like the media always has to have somebody to praise, especially in the quarterback position. They also want to have somebody to beat down and bash in the quarterback position. So you look at us, 3-game win streak. We bitch Fitzy. Fitzy is a guy who's good with the media, clever, feel good story, the Rocky Balboa type of story. And we got the young kid coming in. Young kid, rookie, still filling out the process, but is managing the games correctly, winning games. And the media looked at that, and it was just like a snowball rolling down the hill and it built up into an avalanche. Once he got pulled from that Denver game, media built up on that and were quick to bash him. They were quick to all pile in. Okay, like you could say Colin Cowherd saw this, and then maybe somebody from ESPN saw, then they all piled in on this easy take. Well, what has he shown? Look what Herbert's showing. Look what Burrow showed before he's injured. Not taking in consideration that Herbert has superior talent at the skill positions. Not taking in consideration that also Joe Burrow had superior talent at the skill positions.
That breaks the narrative.
And not looking at what Tua had around him, not looking at the OC. They're not looking at all that, especially the national media, because they're not in depth with what's going on with the Dolphins. It was lazy takes, bad journalism, and they just all piled up on an issue that really was it's nothing to consider. Only opinion that matters on critiquing Tua is Flo and Greer. And us fans that are Dolphins fans. I get us doing it. But we have to give this kid time. And that's the messed up thing about the NFL today, is that the process is for unfair reasons speeded up on quarterbacks, where quarterbacks are now looked at like any other position. And that's the hardest position to learn, because you have to be able to, number one, lead men. You have to also be able to
proved he can do.
Yeah, that's not a question. To break down defenses, which on a college scale he proved he could do, and you also saw that going into the season, you saw him be able to go through his progressions. So that's not an issue. It's just the talent and putting him in the right scenario. But it was lazy journalism. I mean, it was easy once you hear Colin Cowherd, then a Joy Teller, then whoever else just piled on the situation, because guess what happened? Tua got yanked from a Raiders game. Not looking back, that Elway got yanked in his rookie year. Josh Allen, the same guy that they praised, struggled for 2 years, horribly for 2 years. People are not looking at all these scenarios.
And Damien, I know you watch all the media. Was I not the only one who called that leap going into year three when they got Stephon Diggs? Bro, people were like, oh, you need to get a Bills jersey. Oh, you need to get this. Oh, you're a Buffalo fan. All because I said, yo, Josh Allen about to take that leap this year. Don't discount what Stephon Diggs is going to do to this offense. And the media didn't even call Josh Allen taking that third-year leap. And then he turned into a world beater, bro.
And that's how the media is. Just as they elevate a quarterback, they elevated Herbert. That's the one that is easy for them to bash Tua. God forbid. And I heard Rhino say this. I pray to God it isn't a race issue. But it does kind of look that way. But I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say it's poor and lazy journalism to just beat up on this young man like this, because he's a rookie and he had rookie struggles. Everybody.
Can I just give a positive to one of the journalists? He had a really bad take, Orlovsky. He came out the day after and he apologized.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now he's one of the biggest defenders of Tua.
And he apologized because Well, and he apologized because he said my take did not match the film I watched. And you have to respect someone like that.
That's right.
Well, and here's the other thing, Rhino. How much film do you think a guy like Colin Cowherd watches?
None. He just has a bunch of buddies that are insiders.
All right.
You know,
all these guys that are, yeah, I know, eh? All these guys that are talking smack, they're not talent evaluators. Here's the thing. Who have been the two biggest, aside from like Louis Riddick, who said you got to keep investing in them, but who in the past couple weeks have actually provided film for what they're backing up. Dan Orlovsky and Kurt Warner. Okay? So if you want to say, oh, Orlovsky, what was he at the NFL level? Okay, well, guess what? Kurt Warner's a Hall of Famer, former MVP, won the Super Bowl, knows what he's talking about, and those guys have provided film as to what you see to his game that translates. Like, so, but what? Why aren't we talking about what they have to say?
Mm-hmm.
It's not as fun. You're not as many clicks.
That's right.
It's crazy.
Vision there.
Crazy.
We got 404 in the room right now. I will be live tomorrow night at 9:00 with JoeyShotz and the homie Sorty.
Nice.
And I'm sure we'll be talking about the Tua a whole hell of a lot. So I just wanted to plug that while we have these many people in here. 9:00
make
tomorrow
sure
night,
to-
myself with Sorty and Houts.
Make sure to ask Sorty who he got banned by today.
I know, eh? I can't believe the
Sorty.
NFL draft, the official NFL
Oh,
draft.
that was one of the best
Yo,
tweets.
Did you see my reply?
Yeah,
Like,
that was
blew
the
up?
best
I didn't
tweet.
even mean for that. It's like,
Oh,
bro,
man.
bro, that's hilarious, bro.
Oh,
He's
man.
hilarious, dude.
Shout out to Sorty, though. He's the
Hell
man.
yeah.
Love
Sorty's
Sorty.
the man, bro.
Great follow.
So
Yeah, he is.
and I'm just
Entertaining
gonna
always.
give the littlest tidbit ever. If everything goes as planned, me, Klump, and Sorty got something coming for training camp that's gonna blow some socks off. All right. So
Well,
Yeah, I know.
breaking news right here. Oh God,
Yeah.
400 in the room. People gonna be hearing some stuff now.
yeah, man. We got something coming for y'all. Come around training camp is the goal. So be out on the lookout for that.
Facts.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like here's another thing I want to say. If Lawrence has the season I think he's gonna have, I better hear the critics this year, bro. I better hear them because I don't think Lawrence is gonna blow up the world this year in Jacksonville. I truly don't.
Yeah, especially
So
there.
I better hear it. I want to hear some consistency here.
I want a report
I-
card after 9 games.
Yeah, bro, because I don't know
Yeah, I agree.
whose wife or sister or daughter Tua slammed. I don't know if these guys are involved in the Church of Satan and they just don't like a Christian out here. I don't know what's going on, bro. But like Tua pissed in someone's cornflakes. That's all I know right now.
For real, man. It's bizarre. That's literally
Yeah.
like he had to have done something that we don't know. Like maybe he just like big time them in an interview or something. Something. It's crazy to me. Crazy.
You know what? It also hit my when he said that it was, well, they implied that he said this, that it's easier than he thought the week before the Denver game. I think a lot of people got pissed off about that.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, like they took it personal, including the media. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. All right, we got 415 in the room. I'm gonna drop a link for some of y'all to come on if you got any questions. But I know Klump's got to probably get out of here pretty soon. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm dead tired.
Club
Yeah.
the man.
Sharif, what's up, bro?
Mr. Lion.
Sharif, let's stay on topic
know.
here, bro. Let's not go way out west tonight, my friend. All right,
No.
How y'all guys doing, man?
Sharif.
what's going on?
Yeah, man. I just want to say, man, finally I got my freaking visa since the pandemic started. So I just want to say, hop on the Patreon because I'm in.
All right.
Yeah,
Love
man.
it.
So
Love it.
I can't do the member thing or the dolphin thing on my name. I'm from the Bahamas, so YouTube doesn't allow me to do any super chat or anything.
Oh, it's all good, bro.
Jeez.
But yeah, I'm in.
Najee Harris's fan club just showed up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Najee.
You
Talk about pyro.
I gotta get ready to go.
All right, Damien.
Love you, Damon. Be
Oh
good,
no,
man.
you had
Fins
to
up.
go, Damon. Okay,
Hey.
I was
Nah,
gonna
I
give it.
got
All
work
right.
tomorrow,
No,
man.
you
You
know
know it's
when
all
to
good.
go.
No,
when to
go.
go.
Go ahead. We'll finish this discussion next time, my friend.
Shout out to Najee. Fins
Now
up.
go ahead on.
Fins are
Don't
six.
shout out nobody. This guy.
Hey, Damien, I got your back.
Thank you, Todd. Love y'all
Stay-
guys,
stay-
man. Great
Stay
show.
in lane, Todd. Stay in lane.
Start that
You
train
guys-
up, Klump. Start that train
Let's
up,
go,
brother.
baby. Have a good
Hey,
night.
All
Ryan.
right, everybody.
Take it easy.
Pyro,
Fins up,
I
brothers.
will stay in my lane. It's the lane of truth. We're not taking Najee at 18.
Hey, I go to the lane that has open hole in it, man. That's gonna be
I-
Najee. But
I would
Najee gonna be
take-
running in.
Hey, I would take Tevin Jenkins over Najee at 18 if he was there.
Oh my God.
Wow.
No, Jenkins
Wow.
is
Jenkins
good,
the
man.
beast.
You gonna let him get
He's
away with that?
I love that man. He's a beast.
Listen,
It's a
Todd.
top three
Listen,
tackle. Top three
listen,
tackle for
Todd.
me.
Because
He's-
what good
he's-
is not what good is Najee without an O line to block for him?
I rather
not-
I
he's
would
not
rather
Barry
trade.
Sanders.
I rather trade the number 18 pick for literally. I can't believe I'm finna say this for Dion Jordan.
Oh my god. That's how you get banned, bro.
Sure. I think that's why we don't pick anybody from Oregon anymore because of him.
And
That's
see,
the only thing I can think of.
Pyro, add it
I
onto your
hope that's
Najee.
not
you
the
add-
reason. Jesus
Pyro,
Christ.
add it onto your Najee take. That's why we're glad you're not the GM.
Dion.
Wait, what if it was
You see,
Tannenbaum?
with
Who do you
that
think we're
take,
taking?
I'm glad you're not the GM either, Todd.
Who do you think we're taking
Holy-
if we had Tannenbaum?
Gregory Russo.
He said,
Hey, you're glad. Hey, you're glad I'm. You're
You
glad I'm
got
not the GM. Reason you were on the show the other night when I said I would trade back up with Detroit to take Sewell and Pitt.
On what
ACB.
show?
Larry's. I think you popped in. You were on there when I said I would trade back up to get Sewell and Pitts if they were both on the board with Detroit. I would do whatever it takes. Because I asked you, what do you think it would take? You said a first round pick probably next year.
Yeah.
And I said I would do that in a heartbeat.
If you do that with Detroit, though, you got to add some kneecaps too, though, or else the deal is not going to go through.
Add some what?
So, kneecaps.
To the Campbell.
Yeah. Yo,
But
man, I
you
would
hit
have ran through a brick
flowers.
wall for Dan Campbell when he was our coach.
I
Every
saw
time
him
I
in
watched
Buffalo.
him, every
I saw
time
him
I
in the
watched his interview after one of our games, I'd get all jacked up like I just drank like 3 liters of the sugariest fruit punch you've ever come across in your life, bro.
The moment he became our
Shout out
coach,
to
our intern coach, Jai just jumped into the scene and he just started taking. I was in the Buffalo game when they came to Buffalo, Miami. And I was like, that's the 5th rounder right there with the bad knees. He's good.
Yeah. No cartilage in his knees. What's going on, Isaiah? How you doing tonight, bro?
Doing all right, man. How about yourself? Hey, I got something for you guys. I know you guys, the disrespect on these running backs is
Tell him.
But let me just say something real quick. So I was looking up some stats here. The last 2 years, we got rookie running backs. We got Jonathan Taylor and we got Josh Jacobs. These guys are given. So Jonathan Taylor last year, all-purpose 1,468, almost 1,500 yards. Okay, Josh Jacobs the year before was first of all taken in the first round, and he had 1,300 all-purpose yards. I think a running back would help Tua immensely. He's the most important part of the team. Now let's go to Chase Young, dominant player. He gave 7.5.
I gotta say this though, bro.
Okay.
Look at the lines both those guys were running behind.
No,
the last 2 years.
Wait. You said 1,400 yards for Jonathan Taylor, right?
All purpose.
Yes, all purpose.
And 13 for Josh Jacobs. Where was Jonathan Taylor selected?
Jonathan Taylor was the high second round, but every draft is different. But yes, he was high second round.
Wait, where was he?
I think high second.
Hold on a
high
sec.
Okay, so
Hold on a
the
sec.
running
Hold
back taken in the second round had more all-purpose yards.
No.
than the running
But
back taken in the
but
first?
the year before, 3 were taken in the first round. Every draft is different. But I'm just saying, in the year before, Nick Bosa, he was impactful. He had 9 sacks.
Hey. Did I not warn all y'all about Jonathan Taylor? Did I not warn every single one of you
That's who you wanted.
about Jonathan Taylor, bro? That was my running back one. You can go all the way back to when I was on TD Fins Talk in October 2019. I was telling everyone this kid's the deal. This kid, and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't think he could catch a pass out of the backfield. You shouldn't take him."
Yeah,
okay,
oh my God.
I'm just sitting here saying I called that one.
But still,
every time Reason brought up Taylor, they all say, "Oh, but Swift can catch."
Oh, bro, I gotta hear Swift compared to Jonathan Taylor. I'm like, y'all crazy, bro.
But guys,
my God. We didn't talk about on the show quick while I'm thinking about it, and I wanted to get to it, and I'm a little upset we didn't talk about it. Gio Bernard is a free agent now. He was
with
cut.
that stash.
Now, how would you feel about him coming to Miami to be with Malcolm Brown and Gaskin?
Not good.
Gio's a baller, man.
He's a committee. He's a good committee back.
Yeah,
he's pretty young, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't quote me. Is he like 25? Not even? Or am I
don't
wrong?
know, but you know what's great about him? If you look at him with that mustache, it looks like he tried to sneak back on the team.
Oh man.
I'm Giovanni Gennard, guys. With that
Yeah.
mustache, it doesn't look real. It looks like
He's
like,
29. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm wilding right now.
He looks
but
40.
He looks 40.
I know, bro. He looks
40.
Dude,
Wow.
he looks like a porn star from the 70s with that
Yeah,
stash, bro.
not a good look.
He's a committee back though, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Third down
Yeah.
guy. Third down guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, third down.
That's what Malcolm Brown kind of is. So,
Mm.
But you
But he
look,
doesn't have a lot of miles on him though, because he's been in the committee. I mean, even at 29, there's some tread on the tire. Maybe
That's the Bill Belichick New England Patriot way, though. Get that third down running back and go from there.
yeah, but here's my
Now
thing with that, Klump. We're not the freaking Patriots, bro.
Oh, but dude, I agree. But look at how the Miami Dolphins navigate. Yes, they are, man. They are. They try to be the Patriots more than they can be.
But
we're
here's the
building
thing.
the
I'll say
Patriot
this:
way.
Are we? Because I look at our offensive line and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
No,
but,
we're not.
but the New England Patriots,
Like they could look at the play
develop-
they could get. Look at but look at the
their
play
offensive
they.
line.
I know, but look at the play they could get out of a guy like Nate Solder. Well, we can't get that kind of play out of a guy we drafted 18th overall.
I
Which is
agree.
why
Their
we need
the
to
coaching is better. That's what I'm saying. But they try to do it. They do
That's what
try
I'm
to.
saying.
Yep.
Yeah, but
The coaching in New England is top notch.
Nate Solder went into a team that had won 3 Super Bowls and had Brady, and it's going to take some time, but we are doing it the Patriot way. But to add to the other point that the gentleman was making, I forgot his name, about the running backs. Man, those offensive lines that were running behind, and the reason just pointed out, forget it, man. They're going to create holes for everybody.
Yeah.
Gaskin had 1,000 all-purpose yards last
bro.
year for us.
Clump's rushing for 1,000 yards behind those offensive.
The one
lines.
thing that Najee brings, unlike any other running back, the one thing that Najee is going to bring,
I'll put
unlike
Klump
any
in
other
fullback.
running back, is the touchdown. The touchdown. We will finish in the end zone. That's the thing. When you have Pitts and Najee, right? Pitts and Najee. Then you also have the rest of the weapons that we have with Devontae Parker and, of course, Gesicki. There's 5 premium guys there that you're going to go to consistently in the end zone. What was our primary problem last year, even after we were somehow managing to move that football? Even with Fitzpatrick, we couldn't score. Put the Seattle game on. We had 5 field goals. And that game cost us the postseason, right? You win 1 extra game. So that's the added value that Najee is going to bring, not for 1 year, but for 5 years, right? Or 6 if he's actually balling out. So that is what that is a real value thing that with edge rushers, yeah, you're going to get the pressures, of course. You're going to get the sacks, the tackles for loss, and that consistency on the defense. But remember this, the way our defense is set up and the layout and everything else, it's successful. He has made it successful out of not nothing, because his secondary is premier, but he can mold that front 7 any way he wants it, and he can pick up guys later on. He doesn't need premium edge rushers. So this is the value for the running back this year. But I agree, we need the right tackle, which is our man from Oklahoma State.
Well, you came back around fast because I was about to rebut that, but I would say, just can we remember any receiver on Ricky Williams' team? Can we remember any receiver on Ajayi's team?
Okay.
Chambers,
Randy McMichael.
What I'm trying to say is we remember the running
Rondé
back.
Gatson.
We remember the offensive
Rondé
line.
Gatson.
So if we could remember the offensive line and a good running game with Ajayi and Ricky, who the hell are the receivers? My point is get Panay.
We just name them. We literally just named
Yeah,
them.
I was using that for what I'm saying is, dude, we remembered all 5 of the offensive linemen we each had for Ricky and for Ajayi. My point is just get Panay and cool down, because you're still gonna have the same old rubbish offensive line with Pitts, Najee, and God. Guys, can't you?
They gotta get the linemen, but because of the extra picks, you can get Najee too, and they're gonna have to utilize those picks from next year, man. You need a good old lineman, and Najee is not a luxury; he's a necessity.
Dude, you're gonna be 3rd and 10 with Pitts and no offensive line. Get that.
What do you?
Yeah, but we already talked about this. Like, yo, Pitts can block, so he can help your offensive line. That's what the whole point is. Yo, Klump, I want you not to discount yourself because, brother,
I can't. I don't.
if this guy can kick the winning field goal for Arizona Christian University, You can make it, bro.
How many yards was that?
That's
How many
a
yards
kicker?
was that?
I don't remember what.
That's
it
a
was.
ballerina, baby.
Wait, that's a kicker. Hold up, that's a kicker.
Yeah. Well, what does he look
That
like?
looks
he's
like
doing?
game winner.
Wilkins.
Bro, I thought he was a defensive tackle.
Oh, bro.
It's
A
Pyro.
freaking lie, baby.
Is that Refrigerator Perry?
Should have ran a fake. They should have ran a fake field goal from the ball.
Rhino, I got
That's a
you.
ballerina, man. That is a ballerina right there.
Run!
Who's tackling? Who's tackling that guy?
Hey, you do know he got interviewed on ESPN too after that.
I did. That's crazy. Good for him.
Oh, bro. What are you doing after this win? Going to get in a bucket of KFC, bro. That's what I'm going to do.
Just a snack. Just a snack.
Just a snack.
Finger looking good.
What's up, show? What's up, Florida born?
Hey, what's
Kentucky
happening,
grown? How you guys doing?
What's up, brother?
How you guys doing?
Good.
Great, man. Ready for this draft.
I think everyone's ready, man. Like, what are we?
3 weeks away.
22 days. 22
22
days.
days. 21 now.
I got a question for you guys.
Slowest days ever.
And
Go ahead.
I know he's labeled as a guard, but how do you all feel about Vera Tucker? Because I've seen he could play like possibly center, tackle, like he's one of those guys.
I have him as a guard. He's an interior player for me. He's good, but we don't need an interior player. Our interior is locked down once you kick Hunt in.
Yeah.
Agreed.
We need a real right tackle, man.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need
Bad.
Sewell or Tevin Jenkins. I'm not going to mention Klump's boy, Jalen Mayfield, because I think he's trash.
Watch his Alabama game. Watch his game against Alabama. It was pretty impressive.
Hey, did you see the video of
Is he better
Quinn
than
Minor?
Flowers?
Do you see the video of Quinn Minor today?
He's on
Minor.
NFL Network.
NFL
Yeah,
Network.
that was so
Hey.
funny. Dude.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
Slater.
know what? NFL Network, how lame that they have to steal interviews after a reason. It's crazy,
Yeah, what's
right?
going-
I mean, what are these people
Wow, they
doing?
did.
They're like, you know what? We saw him on Phinside the NFL. Let's throw him on
let's
NFL
bring him
Network.
But he's curling. He's curling 5-gallon water bottles.
What was he doing? What was he doing?
You know those big 5-gallon water bottles? He's curling one in each arm. He's getting down in a stance. His balls are basically touching the ground, dude. That's how
What a
well
good
he's got.
dude. What a cool kid.
Man,
Bro, I
love
want that guy
that
so bad, bro. Like,
So-
he's there at 81.
He's
run
a
it out.
character, bro. He's
So,
a
reason
character.
where do you think he's gonna go at?
I think 70 at the Eagles is where you should watch.
You know who needs
Yeah,
centers?
that makes sense.
70
Kansas
25.
City.
That's their picks.
Kansas City needs a center?
Yeah.
Philadelphia met with him the most, he said, though, when he was talking to the
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to get ahead of 70 if we want him.
Yeah,
we're
gotta
not
trade up.
Bro,
If-
when
if
he
we're not
told
getting
me he had a pizza box in a garbage can and he was snapping to the pizza box, I'm like, I want this kid, bro.
Man.
Okay. Like, and he said I could just tell by the sound of if it hit the box or not, whether it was a good snap or not. And you know what I like? And maybe he needs to teach Matt Skura this philosophy. You can't afford to have one bad snap in the NFL.
Yeah, man, that was so.
Well, if it's
that was
raining-
just cringe.
if it's
to see
raining.
that.
Oh yeah. If it's raining, what are we doing, Klump? Are you gearing up and going to play center, bro?
But
I'm,
the thing
I'm
about
ready to go. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Ted-
bro.
I thought we were
Ted-
talking
bro,
about
bro,
Klump to be a running back.
Bro, Klump, I can see Skura in the corner when it's raining. I don't want to go outside. 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 Bro,
the thing
It's
is,
still better than
coming
Ted
down,
Harris,
he's
man.
coming down to a state where it rains almost all the
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Karras
It'll-
did it in the same drive, man. That was
God,
retarded.
San Diego game did it twice.
It'll literally be raining on one side of the 50-yard line and sunny on the other. That's how crazy it is there.
Oh,
My
they
man.
just better. They
I'm
just
telling
better
you
make
now,
sure.
if
Harris did
it's
it
a
at the
fourth,
most opportune times, though. We almost scored on one. We were about to score on one of those botch snaps.
Herbert was
Yeah.
gonna have his second goose egg of the season. Like
If
it was
if Karras hadn't had that bad snap, we would have been I think up 17.
21-0.
Yeah,
21-0.
I think we would have blown them out.
blowout. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a blowout.
Hey, but you know what though? They better make sure when it comes to rain that they have the roof closed.
Well,
What roof? What I mean, what?
the roof doesn't close.
We
Yeah,
gotta
it
get
can't close.
umbrellas on the players. Umbrellas on the players.
They're gonna put y'all ever
helmet.
seen Beetlejuice? Y'all ever seen Beetlejuice?
Oh my God!
Yes.
When he has the little umbrella thing on his head, they're gonna slap one on Kerr's helmet and they go out there. Kid.
Oh my god!
You got it,
telling
bro.
you, hey, I'm telling you now, if it's a forecast for showers or just a straight rain,
Light
man,
drizzle,
I'm gonna
a
faint,
light drizzle.
bro.
Dieter,
I'm
you're
gonna
in.
faint.
Yeah, let's
Dieter,
just
you're
hope
in.
Dieter. Yeah, Todd.
Guys.
Let's just hope Dieter's the guy.
Oh yeah, the guy who's never picked up a. That's why I hear this. Oh, well, they must have liked what they see from Peter in practice. Okay, one thing to be in practice when you basically know what's coming at you. To in live in game where you got to be the main communicator, you got to point out disguises, you got to pick up the mic, like you got to pick up loopers. Like what the hell, bro?
And you gotta snap the ball. He's
And the
snap a ball.
fans, no one like. There's 50,000 people just harassing you, like.
And you
on
think,
the
and you would
spot.
think though, if they were so comfortable with him at center, they would at least give him some snaps
Yeah.
at center during those games. But it's just to me that whole business of him playing center is it doesn't have any weight to it right now.
I don't think they would have signed Skura if he was ready.
Exactly.
So basically,
Exactly.
Eric Flowers now is going to be third stringer after Dieter for the guards.
They need to restructure him just enough to
Can't
get him out of
restructure
here.
him, and the guy's got the money in the bank. They want to cut him like yesterday.
He'll be gone.
And the
next
money's
year.
guaranteed. Yeah, he's gone like halfway through this season. They're probably going to be like, Dieter is our guy. We don't even need you. You're
Bro,
taking up a roster spot.
If Greer can somehow trade this guy, he deserves a freaking medal.
Yeah, he can. He's
Bro,
dead
I'll take a
weight.
Charles Harris return, bro.
Yeah,
And
he
what's
deserves
crazy
a medal.
Me too.
He did sign him though. Remember that. He doesn't deserve a medal. He's got to get rid of him.
Yeah, and I kept saying,
I
well,
agree.
target the Seahawks, and the Seahawks are bringing in guards today and interviewing them. Why not?
10 million, 5 million, even $1 million for this guy's too much.
Honestly, I'll take a half-empty Gatorade bottle.
You got to trade away picks for somebody to take this guy now.
Just take him.
And the other reason why I want to draft Quinn is because he can play guard or center.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got an injury, whatever, right? But we need to draft a center. Like clearly, we need to draft a center.
I agree.
So it's just, I don't think they're going to go that high on a center. I would be shocked.
Yeah,
But do you-
They won't.
I'm
They
studying
won't.
Niners from Josh
What
Myers.
scared me is I saw a report they're interested in that center from Georgia.
Trey Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a fifth rounder.
Yeah, that's a day 3 guy. So they love those Georgia offensive linemen, huh?
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
go there again.
And they saw Solomon just say, "Hey, why not just try and get him in?"
But didn't he have snapping issues?
Yeah, we are good at that. We got experience.
Corner the market. It's pretty deep draft though, centers.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
And
I mean, it depends
Name
on
'em.
how long they wait.
name them after Creed, Josh, Landon Dickerson, and Quinn.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's my point. There's 4 there, right? And then, I mean,
Leatherwood.
when do you think they're going to
Yeah,
make a
I know,
run
yeah,
on them?
yeah.
Like second and third round?
Kick him in. All those guys will be gone by the 4th.
But
you also
I
have to look
agree
at-
with you that I just think they can get value if they're thinking about doing the 3rd round. So you don't think they'll go in the 2nd round? You think that's too high? For
No, that's when they'll start going. That's when they'll.
But
start
you
going.
also have
No,
to look
I don't
at
think.
it.
I don't
But
think
your,
we'll
but your
pick one in
comment
the
was
second
that
round.
you don't think they'll go on one there. You think that's
No,
too high?
I
for
think
them?
we're gonna take our first 4 picks. If you put a gun to my head, Pitts, a receiver, an edge rusher.
A receiver after Pitts?
Yep,
Wow.
and
In the
then
first 4 picks?
yep,
I'm gonna get through it, man.
yep, and then either a linebacker or or a running back.
So no
Yeah.
O-line
See a
in the
nose.
first 4
Hey.
picks?
If
Jeez.
they don't take Panay at 6, I don't think they're gonna take an offensive lineman until
you-
maybe
That's
maybe
a
the
good point.
3rd.
Would
That's
you
a good
try to-
point.
Would
So-
you look into that free agent from Pittsburgh? Alejandro
Yeah, why is he
Villanueva?
why is he not
isn't-
signed?
Well, isn't he old and his body's breaking down?
No, he had a great year last
he had a
year.
great year last year.
He's like 32. What's his story? I don't understand it. It's
I would
crazy.
take a minimum flyer.
Yeah,
on
man.
it.
There.
1 year.
There you go.
I would
Can we
take a-
just
Queres Soto.
This is
You
getting
wait
framed
all
in my
night for
office
that.
downstairs.
That's a good video. That's a good shirt, bro.
Good one.
One of my favorite players.
No, he's good. I don't understand what's happening over there. That's crazy. Like, we have such a need, and he would be perfect. And it's like no one's talking about him at all.
No, they'd rather talk about Javon Clowney, who I don't even want here.
Yeah. What a disaster of a.
Well, Clowney's a
athlete.
scheme fit, right?
Yeah, he's a scheme fit, but,
Yeah, but
What kind of idiot would say that Clowney should go to the Dolphins?
I know, eh?
$4 million a year, I'd take him.
Jabroni.
Yeah,
Wait, I think I wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Ryan, do you think-
but
Ryan, you
no,
think
it's the
he'll
problem
take
about
over?
it is the money he's
No,
gonna
I don't,
want.
Pyro. I don't.
He's not going to get any of that money. Dude, the Dolphins they're not dumb. They set their market price and they say either sign here or we don't give a shit. So.
How serious you think about the AB stuff, Pyro? Klump, what do you think about that? I know you mentioned it.
Reason and I had a good phone call about the AV stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he's going to go to Miami. I think he's going back to Tampa Bay. I don't know if you saw there's the whole like sign AB joke in Tampa on Instagram. Anything that gets posted on Instagram now, they always everyone comments on it. Even the Tampa Bay Buccaneers players they put like hashtag sign AB. I think he even posted it the other day, hashtag sign AB. So I think he's going back to Tampa.
There you go.
But if he's a free agent and he's really going to test the free agent waters, I don't see how the Dolphins don't at least call him and figure out if they could get him. One, the Dolphins love getting players that have the off-field stuff. They're fine with the off-field stuff. They'll try to figure it out. My boy Isaiah Wilson, who is doing his own thing now. He actually accepted my follow request on Instagram, and it makes me so happy to see.
He did?
He's a rapper now, man.
It makes me so happy to see what he's doing post-Dolphins career. Good for him. But AB's got the off-field stuff. But as a player, man, you put him in the slot in Miami, and you have a complete offense. I mean, he would be the Dolphins' number one receiver from the slot. I don't care how old he is. Look how good he looked in Tampa Bay, and he was a complimentary player.
Yeah, he was the number one receiver through 7 games before he got hurt.
Yeah, he can really run routes, man, and that's what Tua needs. He would be so
He's 32.
good in the slot. He'd be so good. I'd give him a 1-year deal.
By the way, everyone's boy Villanueva allowed 47 pressures last year.
What? No, forget it.
At least it wasn't 48.
At least he didn't round up to 50.
Yeah.
So that's why. So he's done. Okay.
I would say, the AB, he was.
Wait, what did Austin Jackson allow?
He's still sort of fresh.
I'll look it up right now.
Because he hasn't played that many snaps last year, so it does have some merit, to try to pursue him. Because he didn't play a lot of snaps last year.
He hasn't played a full season in a while.
Yeah.
But AB is a good football player.
He's such a good runner, bro.
And imagine if we had, we get Smith.
Austin Jackson allowed 38.
All right. No, that's a threshold. You can't do it. Sorry.
That's where we draw the line.
That's where we draw the line for Tua.
39, get the fuck out.
You gotta go.
Hey, Reason, what you brought up the other day about them wanting to move Austin Jackson to the right side.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Huh?
You're breaking up, dude.
They got to him, man. They got to him.
Threshold.
Threshold, come in, Threshold.
Every time Sharif comes, everybody
And did you guys hear about Najee Harris? He was talking to the 49ers, and he thought he might go there at 12. And I'm like, hold on, buddy. You're not that good.
We all have hopes and dreams. I hope I can lose 50 pounds and get in better shape, but it ain't gonna happen. So. Good for you, Najee.
About that, I don't agree. I would rather have Sewell on the right side because you're going to pay him left tackle money anyways.
Well, I mean, I guess that's just what the word that Tony Pauline has when he was talking to people. So, I mean, but what does that show you if that's the thought process?
Hunt is not a tackle.
Yeah, Hunt's going inside no matter what.
I have a question for Klump and Reason and all you guys. How serious are you guys going to take the smoke coming up to the next 3 weeks? Because I ain't taking nothing serious. I'm hearing people say Trey Lance is bullshit. I'm hearing people talk about every player bad now. Every player. I ain't hearing nothing.
Well, some of it has to be true.
No, like
some of it has
it's
to
kind
be
of what
true.
Klump said earlier. Like, you can buy into the Pitts stuff because Pitts came out and told everyone. I've talked to them a bunch of times, and I'm speaking with Flores next week. Like, if I hear it come from like a player's mouth or whatever, and because of the way it's being run this year, they have to hand in a list of the players they've interviewed because of the Zoom, because they have to keep track, because you're only allowed to interview players. You're allowed an unlimited number of players, but you're only allowed to Zoom them like 3 or 4 times. So that they have to keep track of that. So like that kind of stuff you can read into.
Okay.
And like I showed y'all the prospect list a couple weeks ago. How many corners were on that list? Half of them were freaking corners. They talked to my boy Greg Newsome, who now there's round 1 talk about him.
He's getting round 1 talk I saw today.
That's my boy, baby. I told you, bro. Yo, bro.
Wait, time out. He's the sweatshirt hoodie guy, right? In the pads?
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great look. That is a great
I'm telling
look.
you, bro, mark my words. I'm not talking about with the order they go, but I'm talking about the best. Horn, Farley, Newsome, Surtain. Book it. He's better than Surtain, bro.
Northwestern really loved that guy, man. He was really
bro.
good.
He's solid, bro.
Northwestern's got some dudes in the secondary, huh?
Oh, yeah, bro. And he might even be better than Farley, bro. Because long term, because of Farley's injuries, right? Farley tore his ACL, and now
how
he's got
far
the
does
back
he
injury.
fall? How far does he fall? Because I see him going to the Jets.
Who,
Farley.
Newsome?
No, Farley.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he gets out of the 20s.
I think he goes to the Jets.
I think he might go pretty far. Did you see Albright said he was way higher in the mocks than people thought, and then he had surgery, so he might fall pretty far.
Where do you see Samuels?
Early second. That's my corner
sense.
5.
Yeah, it makes sense. And that's
it might even be higher now because apparently scouts were impressed when he measured in, saying, "Oh crap, he's taller than what we expected. We think he can play the boundary."
Yeah, that's right.
And since we're so attached to him, I think,
and we've interviewed him a few times, right?
Yeah,
he's a stud, bro. I'm telling you, bro. There's something going on with X, dude. I'm telling you right now, there's something going on.
I disagree.
Bro.
Hopefully, X stay away from some of the massage parlors. You know, don't need him popping up. God, Jesus
we're not having that talk tonight.
I'm just saying.
We're staying away from that, Pyro.
I'm gonna say,
going down.
Brett, what's up, Brett?
Yeah, we're not
I
going
see
down
Brett
the
in the
hole.
chat. Shout out to Brett.
Yeah, what up, Brett?
Brett, look
I
at
told
subject.
I told Brett today, Klump, that we're gonna be hitting him and David up around training camp because we might have something that might unify a bunch of us. So little teasers, bro. I'm teasing like Roy Taylor's cleavage on an episode of The Herd.
I'm logging out. I'm out of here.
But I'm better than her takes.
I can't confirm nor deny any reports from Reason right now. All I can do is let you know that the Miami Dolphins are not trading for Deshaun Watson, and the Philadelphia Eagles still want to. Wait, I want a victory lap on that quick. I know it's not Dolphins related. Reason is my guy here. He will back me up on this. My source on the Eagles has been all in on the Eagles with Watson, and it's pretty crazy that they're still lurking around on him.
Really?
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. When that first converts on the Wentz deal, and Watson comes off that exempt list, and they got 3 firsts in 1 draft to pony up, he's gonna be a Philadelphia Eagle, bro.
Yeah.
Wait till they trade out at 12 back to like 20 or to 30, and they get another first. It's over.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Reason, that 12 isn't that inviting for us to give future first round future
I'm
picks?
talking about next year.
No, but this 12 that they have this year, maybe they move down from that. Or maybe they move out
that's what I just
completely.
said.
They don't even care.
Eagles are moving down. Yep.
No, I'm talking about next year.
They have 3 first rounders.
Well, once that Wentz converts.
If Wentz converts, yeah, exactly.
And that's just isn't it just games played, Klump? I think it's all just based on games.
Starts, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so he'll pass that.
It's like 75% of the snaps, I think. He'll take that.
Yeah, which you'll be good. You'll be good.
However, the Colts, what they should do is if they're up big in any games, they should take him out on purpose and try to make sure it doesn't hit the 75%.
Yo, I gotta ask you this. All right, I gotta ask you this, bro, because I've heard the dumbest narrative in the world going around. All right, And that's the fact that Flores brought in Jacoby Brissett to compete with the starting quarterback position. I want to hear your thoughts, Klump.
That's a real take? That's real?
Yeah.
From who? Who is that? Someone send me the link right now. Someone you don't know. Whoever this was, someone tweet this at me so I can drag this person tonight before I go to bed.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm going to drag them. First of all, I got so much hate. Do you all remember this? I got so much hate when the Dolphins signed Jacoby Brissett because I said he stinks. Because he stinks. He stinks. He's so bad. Dude, I'm actually upset that the Dolphins went out and got him because I'd rather see them trade like a 5th or a 6th round pick and have Teddy Bridgewater as the backup quarterback than Jacoby Brissett. Are you kidding me?
Wow. But he's gadget plays, though. He's in for gadget plays this whole year.
Who the hell wants to run gadget plays with a quarterback in the NFL? Get that shit out of here. The Colts only brought him in because Phillip Rivers had that torn, what's it called? I'm going to forget the ligament in the foot. The plantar fascia, the plantar. He had a torn plantar in his foot. That's the only reason they brought him in, to throw the ball deep because Phillip Rivers is old and to do those short yardage run plays. Jacoby Brissett.
No, that's what I'm saying. For the short yardage, if we don't get a running back like a Najee,
Malcolm Brown was
one
signed
of the
for
guys.
a reason. Jacoby Brissett, if he touches the field, the Dolphins are in trouble. He sucks. I'm sorry. He sucks.
I agree.
And you know what's funny? And one of the arguments was, oh, well, he doesn't turn the ball over much. Well, bro, that's because he doesn't throw very often.
Yeah.
I mean, you go look at in 2017 and 2019 when he played 16, 15 games, he threw in 2019, he threw it 447 times. 2017, he only threw it 469. Buddy, he had 7 interceptions. He only had 13 touchdowns in 2017. And in 2019, he had 6 interceptions and only 8 touchdowns. Bro, the guy has only cracked a completion percentage just above 60 twice in his career. In 2017, when he was a starter, he had a completion percentage of 58.8. In 2019, as a starter, he was 60.9. Bro, the guy is brutal, bro.
Tua's in trouble, bro. Tua's in trouble.
Reason? Do you have his rushing numbers, rushing TDs? I'm just curious. I don't know if he's any. Was he any?
He probably ran for 3 touchdowns this year, right? Quote me.
Ran for 3.
So yeah, he ran for 3 this year.
Let's go.
He ran for 4 last year, then in 2017 when he started, he ran for 4.
Okay. Yeah, crazy.
Yo, give me Teddy Bridgewater as the backup quarterback. Come on now.
You know what I mean?
We should trade Brissett.
Buddy, give me Reed Sinnett as the backup quarterback.
Give me Chris Sims. I need his insight on the Dolphins.
I want Dan Orlovsky. I want to bring Dan Orlovsky out of retirement and bring him as the backup. You know. That's
I got a little Eagles. Hold on. I got a little Eagles tidbit for you. A little Eagles drop. This might have been out there somewhere, but the Philadelphia Eagles actually reached out to Dan Orlovsky to be their quarterback coach, and that is a fact. That is a 110% fact.
Wow.
And Dan Orlovsky did turn it down. His whole family.
He's an Eagle diehard fan, right?
Yeah, he blocked your ass because of you went out.
Wait, time out. Dan Orlovsky, my guy, I gotta plead with you. We used to be so close, man. I interviewed Dan Orlovsky. Listen, your man might have got a little banged up on New Year's. I FaceTimed Dan Orlovsky. Just like I said, the reason I can't confirm nor deny that allegation, but Dan Orlovsky and I used to be close, and then I started tweeting about how Eagles fans suck, and I got that unfollow, and I'm a little upset about it. It is what it is.
Bro, did he answer the FaceTime? That's the real question.
So I can't confirm nor deny if he answered the FaceTime, but I will say that we might have had a good conversation. However, I will say this. This is a little fun, embarrassing thing. I did hit up Dan Orlovsky the other day, actually, and he left me on red. Rough, right? He read my message and he decided to not interview with me about Tua. But it is what it is, you know.
That's when you got to call him.
I think I should call him.
Got to FaceTime him.
I'll call him right now.
No, don't call him right now.
You got to get him on the FaceTime.
How freaking awesome that'd be if he picked up right now while it's on.
Oh God.
Pull up McAfee.
When they had the ESPN ban and he called that guy.
Yeah,
That was amazing.
Ariel Helwani,
And the guy saw, we live, and they hung up on him. That was awesome.
They lifted the ban though. That was nice.
They lifted the ban. Yeah,
Just like that.
Tell Lord Dan Orlovsky we're all fans of him, though.
He's the only one standing up for Tua.
Yeah, he's being real on that, man.
He's using logic. He's the only logical guy they have in that whole damn thing.
Tannenbaum supports Tua too, which is crazy.
You have Rex Ryan as well. Rex Ryan was supporting Tua before anybody.
Kind of right in that. Like, I would have taken Herbert bullshit, though. You know what I mean?
Rex gives everybody 10 years. 10 years. So you can't go with Rex.
Yeah, you can't go.
Everybody gets 10 years.
RD,
That's funny.
This is also Mark Sanchez's biggest backer, so let's pretend like he's not backing out. Tua Tagovailoa. Because if Tua was his quarterback, he would have tatted him on his ass.
Yeah. He's committed.
Tyrod was the MVP of the league for that guy.
I mean, it's the thought that counts, guys. It's the thoughts that count. That's it.
Give Rich Eisen some love too, man. He's been supporting Tua too.
I love Rich, man. Yeah.
But let me tell you this: in the start of 2020, who would have thought that Tyrod Taylor, that doctor, puncturing his lungs would mean that Tua needs to be benched and be cut? Like, this is how the universe, connects the dots. Like, he comes out and balls out, right? And now Tua is all of a sudden, according to the Miami Dolphin fans, like in the euphoria when people were just pissed off because of the Bills game, he's like a bum. And I'm like,
that's
how
a really
did he all
point.
jump? How did he all jump? And then you go back, and I'm like, I never even put it together. I'm like, God, that doctor ruined our quarterback. That's
Who's that doctor? Look him up right now. Damn that doctor. That is
damn.
That is a.
I think he got let go. I think he got let go. Actually,
I think.
Oh man, they should have promoted him.
I think he's doing vaccinations at 7-Eleven now.
7-Eleven?
CVS.
Not even CVS.
Why you gotta say 7-Eleven?
You gotta get a taquito and a COVID vaccine.
And a Slurpee.
No,
they got him over.
You get a free bit goat with your
They got him over at
free bit goat, and you get a hot dog with it.
RD's about to drop the Costco.
Oh Lord, that's it. How things come together.
But do y'all think, since we had such a great quarterback, it's Dan Marino, that that kind of, put a bad taste in people's mouths, that people have been, waiting for someone like Dan Marino, and Tua was like, a lot of people had these unrealistic expectations of him and what he was supposed to do, So do you guys think that's like another big issue with a lot of people?
My whole thing, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My issue with that whole thing is, you have all been not you, but you have all been begging. You've been begging for a quarterback, right, since Dan Marino left, and I was brought up old school with the term "beggars can't be choosers."
Mm-hmm.
So and then to beg for so long, and then to only give the kid 9 games and then say we got to get off of him. If we've been begging for a quarterback for 20 years, and we've been through over 20 quarterbacks during that time, when all of a sudden did we become the authority on what a good quarterback is after 9 games?
I agree, man. If you don't mind, and it's like, look what we went through with Tannehill too, and that's what kills me. You know what I mean? Everyone was so patient with him. Oh, we can't evaluate him. He didn't have help, or he didn't have this, or a new coach, new coordinator. And then Tua gets 9 games, and was it putting a pressure cooker, right? I mean, we're fighting for the playoffs, man. It's not like, Burrow or Herbert was dealing with that. I mean, you don't think when Herbert it was 45-0 against New England, they would have benched him? Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? But I do agree with that. It's just we're so patient with Tannehill, and now we can't give this kid half a season. No, it's nuts, man.
But the timeline was like this, right? Let's keep it real. So Tua gets drafted. Everyone is saying Drew Brees, because he was prompt to be the next Drew Brees. Then the season starts. Obviously, Herbert kicks it up a notch, and now Herbert is Dan Marino, and Tua is not who he's supposed to be, Drew Brees. So the narrative has changed. He was never compared to Dan Marino. It was just he was going to be the next Brees and all that.
Yeah.
But then he turned into Marino because of his rookie season. So now, like, the average fan base, which doesn't really watch football or tape or anything, they just watch the box score or the highlight reel. They're like, "Oh, we got duped and we missed the playoffs. Bring Fitzpatrick back." Like, come on,
Here's my
that's why
problem,
this draft
and
is
this is why I hate comps, and I've said
I was
this
thinking
before.
the same thing.
This is why I hate comps, because people don't realize that the comp of Drew Brees or Russell Wilson, whoever you want to believe, that's the ceiling. That's the ceiling after development and growth. That's not, you come into the league and that's what you have. Do we all remember what Drew Brees was when he came into the league with San Diego? That guy got benched, bro.
Yeah.
That guy got benched.
Again, because of Justin, I think this is all happening. And I'm telling you, just because of Justin, this is all happening.
And
or
you know what,
nobody
RD?
would have opened their mouth.
You know what, RD? That's why it's going to be even sweeter this year.
I know.
When Tua takes a leap because he's got continuity.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the same offense with the terminology and he's comfortable with it. While Herbert has got to relearn a new playbook. He's got a whole new coaching staff. Because guess what? He's got to learn new terminology. But here's the thing. He now has a defensive-minded coach. All right? Anthony Lynn was offensive-minded. Here's another thing he doesn't have anymore. Pep Hamilton. And what did Pep Hamilton groomed Luck through college? When he came to the Colts had a top 5 offense under Pep Hamilton. Pep Hamilton's gone now.
Henry's gone too.
1 year of that. Yeah.
Henry's gone
and
too.
Hunter Henry's gone. So I'm just saying, Herbert, you might see either him be stagnant or regress a little bit.
I don't know. I think the wide receivers were healthy for him the whole fucking year. So I think that's going to reverse a little as well, because our boys are going to be healthy this year. Like, God damn.
Hey, I'll give you a weird comp, and don't blast me for this one, all right? So I'm an older fan, and it's kind of weird, but it's Joe Montana. And let me elaborate. So when Joe Montana was drafted by the 49ers, he was deemed as – that was back in the era of the 6'4", 225 pocket passer, right? Everyone had to be big and strong in the pocket. So Joe Montana was kind of like, he had a weak arm.
Mm-hmm.
He was small, you know what I mean? And, but he was smart, accurate, and cool under pressure. And then, of course, Bill Walsh built that West Coast offense to tailor to his talents, right? I kind of see that in a weird way, similar with Tua. You know what I mean? And that's just me. You know what I mean? Just that's the type of quarterback I think he's going to become. And I'm not sitting there saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer like Joe Montana. But that's kind of my comp, and that's kind of what I saw. I think, leadership, cool under pressure, accurate. He is the smallest quarterback in today's standards. And so that's kind of a comp that's I don't know, that's kind of what struck me a little bit with Tua. So whatever that's worth, man. I think we have to run the right offense that fits his skill sets. And I think he's going to be amazing, man.
See, my take. He's the same exact size as Drew Brees.
Yeah.
But he's more athletic.
Way more.
You know what I mean?
He's about the same size as Wilson, But
when they were standing next to each other after that game, weren't they? They were almost like the same height.
Yeah,
right?
With Wilson,
they were identical, man. But I think another thing is a lot of people had a, bad taste in their mouth after that Denver game. But people don't understand. Not the Denver game, but the Bills game. The Bills were on like an 8 or 10 win streak, and they were like a few bad plays away from getting to the Super Bowl.
Josh. First of all, Andrew Van Ginkel was the only Dolphin who showed up to the stadium that day. Yeah. Second of all, everyone wants to
the
blame
refs
Tua.
didn't either, right?
Tua had to put up 60 points to beat that team?
Yeah.
Bro, Matt Barkley was giving our defense the work.
Exactly.
Matt Barkley. What is Tua supposed to play? Safety corner, rush the passer, and protect himself? Like, that's what I'm sitting here saying. Like, that's what goes back to, I forget who said it earlier, RD, where people who watch the stat line or they watch
highlights, man.
They watch the game, but they don't know what they're watching.
Or they're watching Colin go off on Tua, or the other pundits go off on it. It's like, well, they know better than us, and like the fan base deserves better. And
prisoners of the moment.
Matt Barkley looked like a top 10 quarterback in the league against us that game.
Exactly.
Matt Barkley.
You know what I mean?
But the Bills were only a few bad plays away from the Super Bowl if we look at it. I mean, one of those picks that Josh Allen threw wasn't even his fault. He almost had a touchdown. So they were a few bad plays away from being in the Super Bowl. And that's the game that Tua had to win. But people act like he played the Jets the last week like that. And we missed the playoffs, you know? So,
yeah. All right. We're about to hit 2.5 hours. Let's get some final thoughts. Klump, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Final thoughts. I did see a weird report that I forgot to mention today that the Falcons are taking trade requests for pick 4 for a team that could be trading up for Kyle Pitts. I don't know if anyone saw that. I forgot to mention.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that.
It's a little concerning. Just a little bit. It's a little concerning.
The moment I get on the train, man.
I'm still holding out hope that trade.
What do you think? What do you think they moved all the way up to number 6? Because they know there's no sure thing, and they're like, we're either getting Smith or we're either getting Pitts. I think they knew about this.
Yeah, no, I think they have a pretty good understanding of who they're going to get, but there's still a little glimpse of hope for me that Kyle Pitts will be the guy at 6, and I'm going to keep every day. I mean, I don't know how I can make it any more obvious. I think I'll get one. Let's do it. I'm getting a Pitts tattoo on my butt if they draft me.
Any negatives on Pitts?
Bro, I want an 8 on your left cheek and a 4 on your right cheek, bro.
No, I also have this really scary suspicion that if Pitts is the pick, he's going to pick number 3 in the NFL, and it's going to make me vomit. He's going to be number 3 every tight end. But
hey, and you know what's another thing they say, right, Jeremy? It's a thing that guys in the media say. Whenever you're looking at picks, look at what numbers are open.
Yep, 84 is open. 6 is
Thank
open.
you, Isaiah Ford.
Oh God.
Yeah, but so I'm just gonna end with Kyle Pitts. I think I'm pretty responsible for changing Dolphin Twitter's mindset on the whole Kyle Pitts thing. If you look at me starting by saying Kyle Pitts, the amount of people that trashed me, to now every day people that just
shout out to Elite Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, shout out to that guy. You know what? Actually, don't shout out to me, you little punk. You little punk. I'm not 40 years old. I'm not 40 years old. I'm turning 28 on Sunday, you little punk.
Did you see Klump's video? His Easter weekend with the cigar.
He said, what are you, 40? That's his excuse for why I'm dumb. Damn idiot! As what is Charles Barkley says, you're a knucklehead. You're a knucklehead.
No, who was that other dude that was arguing you? And then he turned around. He's like, remember he was making the argument with Gesicki, and then he turned around. He's like, oh well, maybe Pitts is. Was it Dusty?
No, that was him. It was the same one. He tweeted. He trashed me. He legitimately. I'm not joking. He said, "You're an idiot and you don't know football. The Miami Dolphins will never draft Kyle Pitts." And about a week ago, he finally blocked me because he had to. I mean, there was no I have made it. I'm not kidding. He's the only person on Dolphins Twitter that I put notifications on his tweets, and he can say rent free. Trust me, buddy, it's not rent free. I enjoy the shit out of trolling that shit. I put notifications on his tweets, so every time he tweeted, I'd wait, and he tweeted out. This is the same guy who told me I'm an idiot and I don't know shit about football. Kyle Pitts will never be a Miami Dolphin. He tweeted out one of these guys, and it was a picture of Kyle Pitts in a Dolphins jersey. So you know what? Elite Tua or whatever your dumb is. Fuck you. That's what I gotta give you. You suck. You don't know shit about football, and I'm glad you blocked me because I would have made your life a living hell after they drafted it.
Yeah, it would have been. You got to get a burner account just to go at them, bro.
Don't you worry. We got burners on deck, baby. I'm coming for him.
And then this guy picks me to be the mediator. You don't like how I'm talking to your friend, but he can send me tweets like this? I'm like, dude. Yo, what is this, kindergarten, bro? And you need me to put someone on a timeout?
He tweeted about you, too. He's like, you had to tweet at your friend and have him unfollow me. Please, for the record, tell everyone, I did not make you unfollow that.
No, I showed you that I unfollowed him because of how he was talking to you.
Because he's a loser and he doesn't know shit about football.
You should go hang out with Mike Brez.
Klump, I just want...
I'm out.
No,
Hey, the Brawl Network has some openings.
No,
Yeah, he should
Klump
go
is-
talk football there. That's all he deserves because he's a dumbass.
Klump, because you know everything about Pitts, obviously. But what did you think of his? I was really surprised with his vertical, though. Like, how come it wasn't as high as I thought it was going to be a lot higher than it was. 33, right?
He's got this weird like misconception about how uber athletic these guys are. It's not like his vertical was shit. It just wasn't 40 inches. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a big deal at all. And when he's got that
jump? What did he jump?
It was like 34 and a half or 33 and a half.
He's 6'5". He's 6'6".
Yeah, he's 6'6", and he has an 83 and a half inch or whatever it was. I'm not worried about it at all.
The biggest in the last 20 years between any receiver or tight end.
Dude, when you're 6'6",
Mekhi Becton had like an 84. Just
Wait. Last thing. I got one more thing on Pitts, and then I got to get out of here, boys. The 40-yard dash times at these pro days are absolute shit. They're not real. There's no way. None of these 40-yard. But did you know that the Florida Gators pro day 40 times are actually usually slower than the NFL Combine? And I'll leave you at that.
5.5%.
4.44 at 6'5". 246 pounds.
Usually slower.
And after that, all I got.
Yeah.
But didn't he clock at 4.41 in that tape he made before the pro day?
No, 4.46. 4.46.
Oh, 4.46.
And go the actual number on what Klump, because I've said this on this channel before. It's about 0.5%. Usually, what the drop off is. Right?
Listen, I'm gonna be clocking Chase the entire season next year, right? So don't worry about it.
Did you see that? You see that sleeper I put on Twitter though, Klump? The kid from Illinois, Josh Matraveve.
I actually started looking into him, and I've been trying to get him in my mock draft.
47-inch vertical, bro.
47.
Yeah,
How tall is he? How tall is he?
Like gravity stopped at the top, man. He was like,
bro, did you see like how
Yeah.
he looks like he's like literally stops in the air?
Yeah, he
It's
did.
crazy, bro.
Can he play football though?
Oh yeah, he's solid, bro. He just needs to develop his, bro. He's just raw route runner. That's it.
Because remember Byron Jones? Remember what he did, and people were like, "Oh, well, look at him now! Like, I can't believe he's actually going to be a first rounder just because of the pro day." But this guy was actually legitimate his whole career. So sometimes
bro,
that
he's
is
6'2". He's 6'2".
He killed it.
All right, listen, fellas.
All right,
I
take
gotta
it easy,
head
Klump.
out.
He's gone.
I told my wife I'd be down here for an hour. We've been here for almost 3, so
Lies told on YouTube.
Hey,
have a good one, bro.
Choo choo, baby, choo choo. I'll see you, boys.
Choo-choo.
Take care.
All right, take it easy, bro.
Hands up.
All right, peace, Klump.
All right, Rhino, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your show tomorrow. It sounds very entertaining tomorrow night.
Yeah, Sorty and Houts will be here tomorrow night, guys, at 9:00.
Freaking Sorty and House. That's awesome. And tomorrow,
We'll
for
find out
Larry's show-
if hot dog is a sandwich and if cereal is a soup. I can't wait.
hot dog's a sandwich. And well, Larry's going live tomorrow at 1, guys. We're gonna catch and talk to him tomorrow. And fins up.
Sharif, are you still there, or you fall asleep?
I'm here, man.
All right, let's hear your final thoughts. I didn't know. I didn't hear a roar, so I didn't know. You were still there, bro.
Shout out, man. We all lions, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know how we do this.
That's right.
But
Lion King in this bitch.
but hey, how about Greer right now? Greer feels like a Lion King, doesn't he? I mean, Chris Greer. We gotta give him credit, man. We gotta give Chris Greer credit, man. And guess what? They know exactly who they're gonna get. You know, they know exactly who they're gonna get. They put themselves in a position for teams to lose sleep. We're not losing.
They control the board.
We're not losing sleep at 6. And that's all I gotta say. I'm proud of Greer.
Are you? Are you as proud as Flores is with a guy like I don't know, Tua Tagovailoa?
Oh, that's amazing.
Bravo.
Nice.
No, that
That
should
is
be Sharif's head
incredible.
on that. That should be Mufasa holding up Sharif.
Yeah, you gotta redo it.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
That's how they should announce the picks. I can't believe it. I don't want to see.
The roof is gonna cut my head off when it's closed, man.
That need to be your profile pic.
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to see Goodell anymore, man. Goodell's got to go. They got to come up with a creative way to show this picks, man. I want like
Tua for MVP, man. Tua, I said it first. No one can take it.
But I think what ain't the draft is going to be at Cleveland. It's going to be on the stage.
It's in Cleveland.
Yeah, so yeah, it's going to be on the stage. So you don't have to worry about the live stream thing last year.
Shout out to Canada for going. Shout out to Canada for going into a lockdown and basically now putting in a stay-at-home order. So and not opening up borders. So I can't even, bro. I can't.
Ontario can go nowhere, man.
For 28 days, it's a stay-at-home order. Just got put in. So
Wow.
Show. Let's hear your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, man. Hey, as usual, great content. Love it. Fins up. And what Klump said, I'm not sure who it was, a report about Atlanta. Some teams looking to maybe trade up to get Kyle Pitts. We'll see.
I saw quarterback. I didn't see that one. I got
they ran it. I think it was last night. It was on one of the mainstream shows. They were talking about it, and
do you guys really see someone trading up for a tight end though?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't. That's what I'm saying. It's probably smoke, but they're like maybe Atlanta's.
Have you seen the Atlanta Twitter account? What they've done the past couple of days?
No.
2 days ago, they put a video out about what if we draft Justin Fields, and they did like a whole article and video. Then today they put out, what if we draft Penei Sewell? I'm like, you guys are trying to dangle that pick so hard right now. It's not even funny. Like, just tell everyone you don't want to pick at 4 right now, okay?
That's kind of what they were saying. Yeah, they're dangling the pick. They're trying to get it valuable, right? You know what I mean? Smoke. It's a silly season.
Bro, I think they want to move back into a position where they can get one of those corners or Parsons.
Trade down. Trade down. Yeah.
They basically thinking what we're thinking, trade down.
Because their offense, what do they really need?
Exactly.
Yeah. The quarterback makes sense because I've heard that the GM thinks they're not going to be in a position to draft a quarterback that high in the next couple of years. That makes sense, I guess. Sure. But other than that, what the hell do they need offensively? You know what I mean? Nobody. So it'll be interesting to watch what happens there.
Well, they should post the pick on Kijiji, man. You never know what you get.
Those are final thoughts, Joe? You got anything else?
Yeah, that's it. The only thing is, man, I'm hoping we end up with Quinn, man, at center. Man, I'm hoping. But, like, you got great information, man, that, like, Philadelphia's all over him. So 81 would be fantastic, but that's assuming the Eagles don't draft him. That's it, man. Fins up.
The Najee Harris fan club, let's get your final thoughts.
As always, guys, and I mean always, I'm telling you, to sign up to the Najee fan club, we give you free cookies. It's free. Papa John's. We can mix it up with Domino's, but give or take. But I just think that once, it's a lot of criticism for Tua. We all been down this road 1,000 times when it comes down to the Dolphin fans and the people who has this access media and stuff like that. They'll dog Tua any chance they get. Shout out to George Taylor. But I just think that as fans, we gotta obviously support them. I don't think, like, I'm with reason. I don't think we should attack and harass somebody like George Taylor. I think obviously we gotta call out on her bull. But you don't.
You can respectfully disagree. You don't have to. Yeah,
respectfully disagree. Don't drag her. Just say, hey, I don't think this is the right take. Don't attack her and call her, unattractive and stuff like that. Don't say that. Just, keep it respectable.
And those takes were like, this is why women shouldn't be allowed to talk about sport.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just say, hey, what's
Twitter.
up?
It's Twitter, bro.
Yeah, I know it's Twitter. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to throw that out there so they don't think all Dolphin fans are like this.
I'm with you. Yeah, I agree.
Agreed. Yeah.
And, and as always, and I mean always, root against the 49ers. Let's go.
RD, you didn't think you'd have a new team, did you, Pyro?
I didn't
to replace
think so.
the Texans with, but here we are.
Ain't it?
Let's hear your final thoughts, RD.
Yeah, man. Now with 49ers, Jesus Christ, that was a long year with the Texans, man. I don't know if I can handle a whole year of watching all that.
It's got to be 2 years. We got 2 years.
Oh, Lord.
That's right.
2 years, baby.
2 years.
And then and then more imagine they actually suck, and then we trade that pick with the Laramie Tunsil needs to retire Mount Rushmore somewhere in the Bay.
You gotta give Bill O'Brien a statue.
Hey, here's hoping the Niners do take Mac Jones, right?
That's exactly why Dolphin fans want them to take Mac Jones.
Oh my god! But yeah,
and speaking of Tunsil though, RD, check the avatar, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
yes, sir. He's gonna be there.
And look at if you can see it, it's kind of small, but look at there you go. You can see the bong in his hand.
Awesome.
Well, if we draft like 3 Hall of Famers because of this guy, are you kidding me?
Bro, I'm sending him a Christmas card every year, bro.
Oh, dude, he
telling
comes
you,
to my.
Put a Bill O'Brien statue up there too.
But that's the thing. It won't be just Bill O'Brien though. If San Francisco sucks, the whole montage will be Laramie Tunsil because you can't put Bill O'Brien and then San Francisco and then whoever is next, right? It will just be Laramie Tunsil. That's why this year is so big. But
it's like the Herschel Walker deal. Yeah.
Yeah. My final thoughts. Basically, we know what we're gonna get at 1. It's gonna be a receiver, whatever it's, and number 6. I mean. But at 18, whoever we get, if it's an offensive lineman or Michael Parsons, it's totally fine. But we should come again in the first round and pick Najee. Or if you flip it, get Najee first and then the offensive lineman. It's just good business, to quote the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just really good business because Najee doesn't go to the Bills. We have plethora of picks next year. And you take that risk any day of the week because Najee is going to produce a need. We have a massive need as a bell cow we don't have. Now our offensive line is fixed, and Najee's with the chemistry that we talked about it, the 12-man personnel. Well, fine, you're going to have the 2 tight ends. You're going to run a lot of different types of routes, but you're going to have play action, and that's what the 12-man personnel is great for, and that's what Tannehill just exploded into the scene because they're able now to just no defense can match up with us. And we obviously are going to run the RPOs because Tua is perfect that way. So, man, the schemes you can do, you never have to worry about a thing. So just invest a little bit more. That's all it takes, right?
Wrap it up.
I know, man. Dude, they got to get this 3. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to bang the table every day. I don't want to see like a guard being selected at 18. I'm telling you.
I don't think that'll happen. Florida born, let's get your final thoughts, buddy.
We're gonna have an MVP and Rookie of the Year next year. We're gonna go to the playoffs. Fins up.
Coach of the Year too.
Hopefully. Josh, let's get your final thoughts.
Well, reason, like I said, take that same meme with Mufasa and just put Sharif face on it, and you're good. Make that as an emote, for the members, and we straight, man. We straight.
How come Cookie don't get Cookie ending?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Holy shit, this got real.
Oh my god! Oh my god! All right, guys. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. If you'd like to donate, obviously you can do through the super chat. You can also do to paypal.me/Phinside. You can become a Phinside, the NFL Patreon. After the draft, private videos are going to be going up to the Patreon. So shout out to the Patreons: RhinosYth, Fake Spike 94, K All Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Slim Pickens, Rickatic, Big Time, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, your boy Trev, Josh, Jazz 803, Martin, So Vegas 75, Cap for Life, the Arkham Elf, Irving Figura, Drew Boo, the show, Jawar Thompson, Jeff Jackson, My T Dolphin, Cody, J Love T. Because remember, guys, if you want to be a mod on the channel, you got to join the Patreon. So yeah, continuing on, Ben Glassford, Andre Villarreal, Cody, Todd, the enigmatic one, Chalk Vanilla Straw, Georgia Boy 23, Don Wayne, Florida born, Kentucky grown, Michael Rodriguez, Dennis Klassen, and our latest shout out to the homie Sharif for joining the Patreon. I'm gonna send him a cookie. All right. All right. And if you want to become a member of the channel, you see all those emojis people are using, all those badges people have next to the name, then you got to become a member. There's 3 different levels. Shout out to every member. Damian Deese, your boy Trev, talking Vegas all day. MF Fin fans, MF Fin 1, sorry, Ricketic, Greg, Irving, K all day, Seth, Drew Boo, RhinosYth, Twizzle, Law 10442, Jariq Huggins, Timothy, Yawa Bulla, Bruce One, Marino's Goat, Foxing Around, Michael Vowell, Timothy Sapinenza, Joey Butters, Nico, My T Dolphin, Dolphin Sweden, Fake Spike 94, Jazz 803, Luke Sparkman, D Ray 91, Tilly, Flips, Marcus 84, Franks, Ty Rhodes, Florida born, Kentucky grown, Paige Wood, SC 42, Corn 72, Johnny Lusfa, Trap RNG Media, Michael Myers, Tony Yusawa, Brad, Cody Patron, The Show, Chef Jew, Jonesy Fins Nation, Kevin Williams, El Reezy 941, Rhonda, Philip LeDuc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Klassen, Powerhouse, Cap for Life, Daniel Galagos, Ramon Casillas, Fred, and our latest Thunder Cleus. Shout out to all of you. Appreciate all the love you guys show. I'll be back tomorrow night, 9 o'clock with Sorty and Josh House. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Fins Up all day, every day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Fins Up.